Hello, everybody. Welcome to Choose Your Roll, one of your favorite shows on the internet. And one we're happy to be back to, honestly. Last week I got really antsy. I am your DM cartographer, and if you saw anything on social media about this, yeah, that would be me, AJ. And we're going to start introductions off, as we always do with Kat, who's doing something nice and actually streaming this game for us.
Yeah. Doing stuff and things. I'm Kat.
Who are you? What do you do? Where do you do it?
I play this game, which I love, and I also DM on Sundays over on Dicey DM. We're taking a little bit of a break right now before major arc.
He has to serve jail time.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that, a confession. And who do you play here?
I play Flora.
Yeah, riveting. Roden.
Hello everyone, I'm Odin, I play Dahlia. I typically run the streams, but I have been swamped with finals for the last couple days. I'm now on day 5 of waking up and working for over 16 to 17 hours, so I'm kind of sit back and relax. Yeah, I also run the Holochronicles games, which kind of are hitting some scheduling issues a little bit with the holiday seasons and everything happening, so stay tuned, check in every Monday. We might be playing, we might not be. Hopefully we'll get that resolved.
If you're following us on Twitter, you'll see it there.
We have a Twitter?
I have a Twitter, and I use it for this Twitter.
I was gonna say, wait, what?
We have an X.
No, we don't. Thelma, I point you to the search bar. The address bar still says Twitter. So when they fix that, they can say
Actually, I
whatever
think
they
they did change it recently.
No, they didn't.
Oh, they didn't?
No.
Oh.
I was on it. I was on Twitter most of the day today.
I'm very confused, but alright. Next.
Hello, I am Yordrick. I am the Turtle Warlock here, and I am Bridge on Spacefaring Adventures number 7. I'm congested. I want this month to be over. Someone else go.
Someone happier go.
I am happier. I am Selkis, otherwise known as Peleus, your barbarian monk warlock multi-class.
Who's also
I
an
am
artificer.
here. Yes, of course. I'm excited for level 5. I finally get
Quick,
infusions.
pull out your gun.
If only. I'm yet to find it. It's somewhere in the world. I don't know where, but it is my life's mission to find it.
We're level 4, Broden.
Okay, I was gonna say, what the fuck did that happen? Like I said, that changes a lot. Hang on.
What, the one gun?
The one gun to rule them all.
The one gun rule's always been a thing.
It's somewhere out there, we just don't know.
Yeah, no, it's a Walter P38, and it never has to reload, and they're hollow points.
Oh. Of course. For extra pew-pew.
You can always swap them out for armor-piercing rounds.
Speaking of tiny explosions, Scrap.
Yeah.
Hi guys, I'm Toma. I play Scrap, who is one of 6 characters that I have right now. I don't have a problem, you have a problem.
I think you have a problem.
It's only a problem when he runs out.
Oh, so I've got a problem, so I should quit your game then, right?
I wouldn't recommend it.
It's simple. Toma, you just find your least interesting character, and if that happens to be Axton.
I'm pretty sure everyone would be dead if you weren't there.
I'm sure they would be too.
Now I kind of want you to quit, just to see what happens. Watch him explode.
There's been so many times where I've just been like, no, we're not doing that.
And with that, our recap also falls to Kat. I have made her do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Appreciate.
Mm-hmm. I offered her a reward. She did not say she wanted one.
It's all good. Maybe prestidigitation, since I got, you know.
It is the best cantrip.
I don't know what the fuck this is, but that is the raddest shit I've ever seen. Sorry.
Especially when you're a war mage and you can turn it into any other cantrip you want.
The wish spell, but as a cantrip.
I mean, they'd kill you so quickly, but yeah.
Oh, God. Last session was fun.
So we'll call level 0 wish, hopes and prayers.
Had the random chance to cast fuck that guy in particular.
Isn't that just divine intervention?
No,
Roll
no,
a
this doesn't do anything.
Roll a d100.
Just like
on
regular
one.
thoughts and prayers.
Right, like I said, divine intervention doesn't fucking do anything.
I don't know, AJ. Every time we've prayed in this town, something weird's happened. I'm thinking that does something.
It causes pain.
It
For all
does.
you know, you guys got ill-fitted from Baldur's Gate 3 and didn't know.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh.
The tadpoles.
No, after seeing that cutscene, I ain't doing that to nobody.
It's a horrifying cutscene. Oh god.
I did not know. I thought it went in through the ear.
No,
No.
it does not. Anyways, cat.
I like slads. All they do is scratch you.
Right, recap. So, last session, after finally making our way into the city of Galava,
Galava, like the apple.
Right. We settled into the Shimmering Scales Tavern in the upper class area of town and spent the evening blending in, trying to get some lead on what was going on. Most of us staying in the tavern, speaking with various people. Scrap talked to the bartender for a bit about the current lord and learned some family history and suspicious transmutation things, while also threatening to eat tofu again. And Dahlia invisibly went to do some recon, checking infrastructure used to help control the river flow, not really finding anything out of the ordinary. Scrap had a conversation with the Bitter Black security guard and learned that they run the sugar refinery in the area. I spoke with Zedric and learned that the current lord learned that
Such
the
a
current lord
generous
chased
way
out
to put
the
it.
priests of the other deities and made this new snake god the city religion, charging hefty type and imposing severe consequences for those that don't pay. After which Flora ended up very distracted for the rest of the evening. Peleus had a conversation with Aria, right? Aria Bitterblack. Finding out that Zedric had attempted to marry the current lord, and that she herself is possibly engaged, I believe is the way she put it. For some form of betterment of the family. But that conversation turned sour very quickly at the mention of soul juice.
I promise I'll stop. I'm done after that session.
And when Dahlia got back to the tavern for the evening, everybody caught up and discussed their various, findings, coming up with a few theories before going to bed. And then the next morning, everyone exchanged information, headed to the market district where Dahlia bought a hat for our frog friend that is apparently a magic item that allows him to speak. And he told us that this deity is some sort of extra-dimensional large snake, possibly. Then Flora and Peleus poked around some burned-down temples to other gods, spoke with a homeless gentleman about more stuff and things. And at this point, we have a whole lot of theories, a whole lot of possible motives, but have not managed to really piece this thing together yet.
Yep, and we're gonna resume with Peleus, who just investigated the church, and he knows what he found.
I do know what I found. Let me unmute the music bot because music is quiet.
So it's you and Flora there, and action.
Flo, what do you say we go find a nice show at the amphitheater? someplace a bit more public, crowded.
Could you speak up a little?
One second, let me make sure my mic is. Is it better now?
Yes.
Okay.
Just gonna
Floor,
kinda...
what do you? We should probably get out of here.
Gonna give him a bit of a funny look, but okay. Sure.
I'm popular.
I've already been with one. I don't think I need.
Guess I'm
another.
popular today.
So, Flora, what exactly do you make of this situation?
It's hard to say for sure. I have some ideas, but I'll be the first to admit I could be completely wrong.
Oh, that's fair.
I haven't
You
really
have-
nailed it down to anything. I'm suspicious of the Bitter Blacks, and I don't think this snake god is a god. It seems like a means of controlling the population. I think it's just a matter of finding out who's behind it.
Well, I believe we already know who's behind it all. That being the head priest and his followers.
I can't help but think that temple might hold a few more answers for us.
I doubt we can gain entry, and I'd like to stay away from there for now if we can help it.
That's fair. No telling what could happen if we actually went in.
I don't think we'd even be able to make it past the front gate, to be honest with you. From what we've heard, they're not exactly welcoming all kinds of random visitors unless you're there for, correction. I say perhaps we catch a show for a while, bide our time for now, stay in a public area, and when night comes around, we rendezvous with the rest of the group, and perhaps go our separate ways. I want to check out the lower end of the city, if at all possible. And I could do with a change of outfit before I do that.
Well, sounds like a plan to me.
Someone want to help jog my memory? Who took Yordrick?
I believe Yordrick went with them.
I think.
Ah,
Yordrick, you're here now.
yeah. Okay, Yordrick's here now.
Yordrick, you blinked finally. It's been a day.
The camera just pans out slightly to include Yordrick in the frame, and there's
He
just
was there the
fuzz in his
whole
eyes,
time.
and he's like, huh? Where the heck are we?
Oh,
Well,
nice.
anyway, Yordrick, your neck hurts from like a lot of up and down movement.
I have such a crick in my neck. Where are we?
Well, we were at the site of the old gods' temples. Well, what's
Right,
left of-
right. We were looking into that.
Yes, I looked into it. Flora, I believe, stayed outside. It's certainly an interesting sight.
Above game. Does anyone have detect magic? I don't think so.
Oh, you do. I think.
No.
Is
To
detect magic
identify you have.
third level?
Nice first level.
Oh yeah. No.
Laura?
Detect magic. Very
I'm
early.
thinking of dispel magic. My bad.
Yes. No, I'm just asking above game because I don't think anyone in this group has detect magic. So
No, I don't think anyone
kinda-
does.
I don't know if that would help us either, because that only lets us like identify a spell or
Well,
something,
it-
right?
It can tell you.
Zero.
see any magical effect that is currently active. And
Ah, okay.
above game, my thought is look at just the area around us and some of the just people of this city, because the main town has the whole protection dome thing around it. I'm wondering if there's some swafting influence that's just
Yeah,
going up the whole town.
you'd be able to see that if you had detect magic.
And
Yeah.
we didn't need to get like a tattoo to get into this place, so.
Yeah, so
Man,
I'm
no,
wondering
you
if
just
there
walked
is-
in. A dwarf said, "What you doing?"
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Doesn't mean
Yeah.
there's not a barrier of some kind. It just means that there was no key to get into it, like
Mhm.
Lyria's.
A pretty
My
bad
main
barrier.
question is there just some sort of influence that is
Unseen.
going around in a constant manner, but we don't have any way of...
I mean, Micah,
seeing
one
it?
thing I think AJ mentioned was that there is an abnormally high amount of snakes, lizard people, and lizard people
Mhm.
around here.
As the guards, yeah.
Yeah. So that is something that's different.
Yeah, that's noticeable. I'm mainly thinking of maybe we see where that would be coming from if there was anything, but we can't, so...
If I had to
Nope.
take a wild guess, their influence, the influence of whatever is in that temple is probably what's causing that.
Above game, I changed my reward request.
Hmm?
Can't believe I don't have that spell.
You change your what?
Well,
It was a joke. Moving on.
Oh, okay.
But check Discord. But so you wanted to go to the amphitheater to catch a show then?
Yes. I think that's also where we told the rest of the group. we
Yeah,
would
that's where you
go.
told Scrap and Dahlia to meet you.
Yes. So that is where I think we should go. Yordrik, do you have any more thoughts you'd like to share with us as we make our way?
well, one thought would involve stepping out of the city to test a theory, but I'm not sure that's an immediate thing we could do. The others mentioned having a weird feeling whenever they were doing their, how did you put it, Pallius? Heretical actions?
Heretical worshipping of their false gods.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
I'm wondering what the range might be on that. Like if we were to go out of town and Dahlia were to paint something, if the same effect would happen to her.
If I had to take a wild guess, I'd probably have to say probably around the immediate city, well within the walls, and potentially for miles out of the city, whatever this thing claims as its territory.
Wondering if it would behoove us to have that sort of information or not.
I doubt it would really prove particularly useful. I mean, unless one of you has a direct line to a deity that you would like to make use of.
Yordrik just kind of goes, eh.
That's what I
He's
thought.
not a god.
Yeah. Very powerful being, not a god though.
He's a talking mountain at best.
Mm-hmm.
Like a mountain version of a transformer.
Well,
Alright, as you get to the amphitheater, it takes a little bit for Dahlia and Scrap to come there, but as you were just listening to a green kobold singing about the weather.
Real quick, is it possible for Dahlia to have quickly just gone to the market district and bought a jar for the toad oil?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
give me 5 copper.
Thought I gave you a bucket.
A large jar of toad oil.
Actually, that is a good question.
Give me
Would they
5
still
copper.
have the amphitheater, since that'd be an art form?
Yes,
Huh.
so yeah. You guys do, as you get there, yes, there's just a green kobold with a banjo singing about the weather.
I don't get it.
It is a reference. Those who get it, good for you. For those who don't, suck it.
Green kobold singing about the weather.
Duncan gets it. Yeah. Tell me, Micah, why are there so many songs about rainbows?
Oh, gosh darn it.
There's
oh,
no
I guess
grung.
you couldn't have a grung because...
There's no grungs in this world.
Yeah.
That's the closest
okay.
thing we got.
Unless you're gonna get to
Uh,
Kermit.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Dahlia's is kind of standing there. I imagine we meet up with him, you said, right?
Yeah.
Dahlia's
Just
kind of
sit on the
standing there,
ground.
just kind of like listening to the song, smiling at it, just kind of like bouncing a little bit to it. Kind of humming along.
I assume you like get into a seat next to us or something.
Yeah.
Like I'll sing there.
I don't actually know the song that's being referenced.
Why?
I don't know the
are
song, but I knew
so
a
Micah, we're gonna get sued by
green-
Disney.
many- Oh.
I knew it was a tiny green thing playing a banjo, and I immediately was like, "Oh, I
Yeah.
get it."
Kermit the Frog.
Don't ask many questions though, or otherwise you're in the wrong part of town.
Yep. I just have to say one of my favorite things that from an interview with Kermit is like, well, see, that is a puppet, whereas I am a talking frog.
Kermit Kermit is unironically one of my favorite characters.
Well, because someone asked me the
Yeah.
difference between a puppet and a muppet. Well, that's just a device controlled by a human, whereas I am an actual talking frog.
I still
Yes,
remember
yes.
I watched a
Got him
video
there.
of Big Bird almost exploding on the Challenger, and I wondered if that would actually decanonize Big Bird.
God, I hope.
There's apparently different versions of Big Bird for different countries. Sesame
Let's
Street.
not
There
get into
is.
this right now.
Yeah, that's fair. We're getting really off topic.
Yeah, we got.
Dahlia, you
back
pull up
there.
humming a happy tune and sit next to the rest of the party. Your
like-
Flora, reaction.
I didn't even have to actually do anything. I just mentioned I didn't know the song and immediately went off topic.
Yeah, I know. No blame here. Just
Just-
Well, it's ain't anyone's fault. We're saying just fix
yes,
it.
yes, and get back into it.
So, what's all this about?
Something's
Oh, I
off in this town.
Really, I never would have guessed.
Your sarcasm is noted and not appreciated.
Good.
Did you have any luck with your venturing out of town?
Well,
Well,
we went in the river.
yeah. The dam's definitely not affected at all,
Mm-hmm.
but our frog friend definitely had some info on whatever the hell this thing is. He
When-
said it was like a large surfing planewalker thing, right?
That's what he's calling it.
Yeah.
But I will say, just to jog your memory, he had a very big bias against snake stuff.
Yeah, but he did mention planewalker, which is something
Yeah.
to be wary of. Yeah,
Well,
something from not here.
That's troubling news indeed.
So, like the elemental thing that we dealt with a little bit ago that killed someone?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Well, I mean, from another plane similar to that, yeah. Well, I mean, probably not similar as the Earth plane. Gotta hope not similar to the fire plane. Though,
Right.
Right. Just a
Nobody
variety of
bite
planes
anything.
with a
If this thing is
multitude of
controlling
planes.
water, I don't think it'd be part of the fire plane.
could be from
No,
the
I don't
water
think
plane.
so either.
Though I heard that's just water. But what could be in the water?
Anything can be in deep enough
She-
water.
She shudders at that a little bit, like imagining the unexplored trenches of what monsters could lie down there.
That is just Kermit the Frog.
Can Scrap just have a book that has a picture of a kraken in it?
I'll
Good thing Yogi
say-
didn't live to see this day.
I'll say it is a fiction novel, but yes.
I've heard there can be stuff like this in it, and he just holds up the book to Dahlia.
That's horrifying. Why does it have so many tentacles?
This is why I don't go in water.
I thought that'd be because it puts your fire out.
I mean, it's also very uncomfortable, yes, but also because shit like this could be in it. This is why I like hot springs. I want to be able to see the bottom.
Oh, he's like a Charmander. If her headphone goes out, she dies.
Aren't most hot springs super cloudy?
You can touch the bottom.
Yeah. Not to mention, Dahlia has grown up. She was the one filling them. She knows what's in them.
And do her daily monster
That's
check.
man-made.
Kind of not, depending on how you have them.
Yeah.
If you have a source for the water to go into a room, you can make it not man-made.
Hmm.
What about the bathtub? Anything could be coming up through those pipes. You saw what we had to deal with at the water purification plant.
She puts her hands over her ears. No,
think we might
no,
getting a-
no, 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 no.
Scrap just grins over it.
I will burn you again, Scrap.
I think we might be getting a bit distracted from the matter at hand.
I would agree.
What
By
else
the
is
way, I'm
new?
just gonna roll a performance check for this kobold because now I'm thinking about it. 23.
Damn, he's good.
Dolly will toss him a silver.
Okay. I'm
They're-
not gonna
but
do
they're
this,
not-
I'm
But
risking
they're
it.
not busking though, so wouldn't that be kind of frowned
I-
upon?
It's not like they paid to be here. They were not scheduled to be here. This is a place where anyone can just come up and do a thing, and you
Oh,
can
I
do
thought-
whatever the heck you want to.
I thought they were getting paid to be here.
No. The way this place works is anyone can just come up and perform as long as you're not shoving someone off of it. It's free performance space.
Free real estate.
So I have a question then. Dahlia, what exactly do you hope to accomplish here?
Get rid of whatever is trying to call itself a god.
Fair. Why do you want to do that?
Because I worship an actual god, and I don't like the idea of it trying to call itself that.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
and
what
this
if
place
they
is
said the
just
same thing
off.
about your god?
Scrap does raise somewhat of a point.
Well, I have my beliefs and they have their beliefs, and guess what? I don't like theirs.
Another thing, me and Flora did visit what remains of the old temples that were burned to the ground after they were looted.
Okay.
If you want my honest opinion, I just kind of don't like the idea that they're being kind of. I mean, come on, it's kind of forced. Even if you pray to another god, you're kind of being punished for it. It seems. That's fucked up.
They weren't burned with a normal flame.
That's
What does that
also
even
pretty
mean?
fucked up.
Looks
I mean-
Peleus, with an excuse me look.
Just for the sake of you're in a crowd, Peleus stealth for verbal stealth.
Oh boy, my 0 dex bonus scared to mix a stealth check.
Actually, no. We're gonna use your wisdom mod for this.
Okay, that's the same thing. That's a 16 though.
Ayo!
Pretty good.
Hey.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Thank God that it's not that natural one. Is someone at the table goes
Hey.
an unnatural flame
Holy shit!
Hey, to be
burning the
fair,
temples.
Kermit
Weird.
the Kobold is rocking out on stage. That's got to distract people, like from our. little
Oh no, it
conversation.
does. It was not a high DC.
Just turns into Invasion of the Body Snatchers. They turn and go.
Kermit pulled out a gun.
Oh,
He had
he's
it.
got the
There it
one gun."
is.
I feel like you could get away with Comet, the green kobold bard, for a while before anyone noticed.
Yeah. There you go, Tomo. There's another kobold for you. He has to be
mean-
married to an orc.
Oh,
I never knew until you said banjo, and then I went. Ah.
Yeah, that's what it clicked for me too.
I wasn't trying to hide it.
No, it's
But yes, not.
Yeah,
not
Flora,
much
you
of
were-
a thing.
Yeah, no, I just look over at you with like a raised eyebrow.
I've experienced it before. I knew what I was looking for, and I was curious exactly how they destroyed those structures. I looked over the ruins, and what I was able to find was a very faint source of power. It was burned with necrotic flame.
Is that even a thing? That doesn't sound like it's a thing.
Do you
I
remember
can't
when
make it.
Do you remember when you hit me with a shovel, Scrap?
Kinda.
Do you remember how much that hurt? Or what it looked like?
What did that look like?
Oh, yes.
It was a source of necrotic energy that I emitted towards you as a reaction to sustaining any kind of damage. It's a self-defense mechanism. Of course, burning down a temple is hardly a self-defense mechanism.
Okay, but now I'm gonna ask the question I think we're all thinking about. Why can you do that?
My family has kept records of these sort of things for many generations. I know what can cause that sort of flame, and I believe it has made its home here.
You didn't answer the question.
If you want me to give you a lesson in my family's history and a detailed description of everything we have ever done, you will have to wait until later.
It's in your autobiography.
Yes. I just need to find a bard who's willing to write it.
Not it.
Knew it. So you'll have to wait a bit longer then.
I mean, that guy might be interested. Points at the kobold.
Well, the crowd of barbarians and fighters just ready to write a biography. Aw.
Yeah.
Why do we have to be bards?
What? Just because I'm not a musician?
Yes. Oh, but I can play the piano.
Cut to my bard who does play the piano.
Goliath bard who just carries around a full piano.
No, Tiefling bard. I picked it because the DM wanted me to pick an instrument, even though I was not a musician. So I picked something that I could never have with me.
Oh.
Piano.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Suffice it to say that the issue at hand is that I believe there's something far more sinister in control here.
What sort of being besides yourself can do necrotic flames, then?
I believe you four already know the answer to that.
Yordrik raises an eyebrow.
Please tell me you're not gonna be saying demons.
I haven't said anything.
Scrub leans over and whispers to Dahlia, I think that means demons.
I knew you were a clever girl.
Just Dahlia leans back over the strap. I'm not sure why he doesn't just say it. Like, what is this whole like, ooh, mystery thing?
He's trying to be mysterious, but it's just not working.
Dramatic effect, okay, understand that. So you honestly, it's called presentation. You all might want to try it sometime.
For who?
My present.
Yes, everyone slowly pants through the camera.
Yeah, Scrub just looks over at you. Yeah, for who? When I'm practicing presentation, there's usually a crater.
There's also a lot of ears here, so I'd rather avoid speaking certain details out loud right now.
Then why the presentation? I mean, if no one else is supposed to
It's called
hear
dramatic effect. You're a fucking bard. Don't you know this shit? Like, come on.
I mean,
You've never, like, tried to unveil a great painting with a little bit of pizzazz or something before? Come on. You can't tell me you haven't tried that, honestly.
No, because my paintings are already good. I don't need to add the pizzazz. You're not
Really?
even
Because
a
I feel like
bard.
it could
Why are
augment
you
it.
trying to add it?
I'm a craftsman. I've made things before.
So, is there a point where you guys are gonna stop drawing attention to us, or is this gonna keep going?
I'm gonna guess our voices.
I'm guessing, like, we both, like, stood up and were, like, pointing
Yeah.
at each other, like, over the escape
Yeah,
room.
just like
We just sit back down.
Okay, so I'm gonna need you both to roll performance. We're gonna and I'll say you will want to roll low here.
Oh, that's not good. 16.
13. My lucky number. Oh boy.
Guys, if you want to do your play, the stage is over there.
Looks over
Think
to
back
play-
where it came from,
Peleus.
or so help me.
Was sort of Peleus. Wait, hang on. There's a famous sketch from my home country
Mm-hmm.
called the Abba and Costello. If we could perform that.
I was waiting for someone to do who's on first.
Goodness.
Here's the script. She looks.
Where were you keeping that?
Why do you just have that ready?
Why do you
It's a
have that?
cultural icon.
Okay. Thank you, Strap. See, he's been to Narabani. He knows. And secondly, of where I was keeping that, a woman never tells. Now.
Was it your cleavage? I hear mammals sometimes keep things in their cleavage.
Yordrik just looks to you. That's weird.
I know, right?
I think my power just went out.
Oh,
Oh wait.
strange. I can still hear you.
I know, this is strange for me, but my lamp just decided, no, I'm good.
Is it
Maybe
the
it was
bulb that
lit.
went out?
Do
Maybe.
you have a
Wow, that's the first time I
uninterrupted-
think in my life that I've had a light bulb just die out on me like that.
Oh, it was just a light bulb. Okay.
Yeah.
That explains why you're still talking, yeah.
Well, okay, no,
Well-
you don't understand. This light bulb is the only thing besides my computer that brings light into this room.
I mean, an uninterrupted
That-
power supply
Huh.
could have kept the computer going. But,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Anyways,
Surprisingly, I'm not in Broden's apartment or wherever he's at right now, so I don't know what's going on.
right. Of course you're not. Don't open the
Not
closet,
out the
Brody.
window.
Broden's closet has a door?
Now Sale kisses in the closet.
Then he takes out his gun? Continue.
It may behoove us to move this conversation as we have drawn eyes now.
What do you mean? They gotta get up on stage now.
There's no crowd expecting you to get on stage.
I say we take our leave for now. Find someplace a bit more private.
Where are you guys heading? Boys and girls?
I mean, we do have rooms. We could just head to the inn for a while and have this more private conversation there.
I
Considering
would
Palace
like
is
to,
going to change.
to remind you guys of the nightly cost for this place.
Yeah.
You're
could
at
go-
wealthy level. This is 2 gold a night.
We could go to the middle of the road or the lower end. Which might be better. Probably the middle of the one.
We have already spoken with people at the hoity-toity place, so
I think
We've spoken
rooms
with
at the
some
middle of the
people.
road place.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. We could go back there again and see who's next.
The houseboat is still there.
Alright, group vote. Go down. Who wants to go where?
I'd be fine traveling with you to the lower area, just for the sake of having one, you not by yourself, and just having backup.
Mm-hmm. I will need to get changed beforehand, so if we like head back to the cart or something. We have a cover on the cart, right? I'm assuming.
It's,
I think
it's just basically part. There's nothing on it. It's just
Oh, I
parked
thought
in
it was
quote
like-
unquote ye olde garage.
The oldie garage.
But might spend another evening at the other the tavern we were at.
Why, planning to go on another date with your new boyfriend?
No, but I didn't actually get a chance to sleep in one of those rooms.
She has a point. Plus, those rooms are.
Pretty sure wherever you ended up was better.
I'm fairly certain those rooms are fairly private, so they should serve us quite well. So that's 2 votes for Fancy Pants.
1 vote for no pants.
Anyone else? Going once.
Think-
Going
I
twice.
think one of us might be currently replacing a light bulb.
Sorry. No, my microphone does this weird thing. Anyways, Dahlia's is going to suggest she can go and serve drinks at the medium place if they're willing to hire her for an afternoon. Get information through bartending.
Now, so Burden, if you're going to do that, there are some rolls we're going to have to make. 1 to determine if there is a need, and 2 to convince them to let a stranger come in and work.
That's fair. I mean, she has credentials. She can.
Just because there has to be rolls doesn't mean it's impossible. So
I know.
okay, so I do need a list of who's going where and who's going with whom.
Kat and me, I guess, are going to go back to Fancy Pants Land. Micah, do you want to come with?
I guess so. I thought you had
Okay.
talked about you're just going there to change, or you're going there to.
We can get
schmooze
we can
again.
get rooms there, and then we can head to the lower end establishment just to hang out for the night, and then return back to the upper end later on.
Mhm.
And also, we can all go to the upper end to more discuss our plans more in depth. I think, in relative privacy.
Upper end would probably be the most private place.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
kind of what you pay for.
Yeah, your room is completely secure there. When you're paying for different lifestyles, you're paying for security and for health.
Yep.
Do you guys have money that I'm not aware of or something? Because I'm not made of money.
I think
I
that's
also just spent way too much on a hat.
I'll cover the cost of her room.
I can cover
Sure,
Scott's room.
myself.
Well, you guys each don't have. Remember, y'all are bunking up. You've only paid for 2.
Yes, and I believe Yordrick paid for our room last time, so
yeah,
I
you already paid the 4 gold pieces.
yes, so I will pay this time.
Okay, so yep, I'll pay for our room this time.
Yep, and I'll pay for me and Yordrick's, and I'm guessing we're all gonna convene in one room, non-suspiciously.
Yes.
Somebody
As
put
you
us
are
on-
walking off, Kat hears a voice in her head.
Huh?
Yep. Hold on.
Oh boy.
I sent it to you because it is telepathic. These guys don't get to hear it. But as you get there, so Dahlia, as you get to the houseboat, it's a lot more lively of a tavern.
Oh, good, they're busy.
So I'm gonna roll a percentile to see how busy they are. On a scale of 1 to 100. Ooh, 97. Very.
Very, very busy. Good.
Mm.
Yes. And at the bar, completely just swamped, is an androgynous-looking wood elf. They're like pretty old, even for an elf. They have this big blue coat with green trim on it. Their hair is in a dirty blonde, kind of short ponytail, and you can see they have an eye patch.
All right, real quick, just so I can say it. She is not currently wearing her armor. She is in a typical, like, bar-made outfit.
Okay, yeah, you have one in your inventory. Good enough for me.
Yep. Right.
Okay, you get there. There's a bunch of what you think are traders and some people who look like they have armor and such.
All right. She'll go up to like the bartender.
I'll be with you in a second. 3 hours that way, and they're just scrambling to try to get things done.
I was hoping to see if I could get a little bit of work for this afternoon. I'm a bit of a bartender / waitress.
Fine. I need someone to pour and carry, but you'll have to work for just tips.
All right, that's fine. I'm just passing
Persuade.
through anyways.
Low DC persuasion. You have to really fuck up not to pass. There you go. You are tossed a smock with a embroidered logo of a house on it.
All right, and she will do what she has done for most of her life.
Okay, I need you to make I need you to make a performance, but using dexterity, not charisma. So whatever your mod is, we're gonna have to know what to subtract. All we do is you just roll performance, and we subtract the difference between your charisma and your dexterity.
I'll just roll a d20 and add 3.
Proficiency bonus plus dexterity, yeah.
Yeah. 12.
12. Okay, yeah, you're rusty, but you're not spilling too much.
No, I mean it's also a crowded environment. You're kind of going to.
You
Have
bump
to.
into a few people, but you did not roll low enough to spill. Is there anything specific you're trying to get out of this while you're
Just
talking to patrons?
General information, overhearing, talking to people about like this whole new religion thing. You know, the new person in town, fascinated by this whole thing. Seems to be such a great, welcoming thing for it. See what people say. What people may seem to be not too excited about this whole situation. Oh, hang on.
Okay, let me just think real quick.
That's what was wrong.
What?
One of my power strips burnt a little.
Oh.
Ooh.
That's
Oh.
ugh.
It's fine. I mean it's why it's a surge protector and everything. Like it's fine. Anyways.
So you were just trying to get what people think of him?
What people think of them, and see if there's like anybody who's like not really happy or for this, or maybe like just not really for like ugh.
So you don't get an reaction, just you get some annoyed reactions. There are some people, like low level like ship captains who just like run a trading ship.
Mm-hmm.
They don't make a lot, but it's mostly just for the transport.
Yeah.
They're not loving the new taxes, but then you hear another person of that exact same economic class basically saying, hey, to be fair, crime's gone down, the streets are cleaner, you can see what you're paying for, the dock fees are lower. So that's mostly the argument against it is, and some people are like, well, I mean, it's hard to get out of the routine of the old rituals and the old ceremonies. You no need to roll. Most of these people probably worship Levion, god of storms, water, and travel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just getting out of the routine. Like, you don't see any outright disgust. Just, it's an adjustment.
All right.
If you had any one specific question, I can answer that.
If anyone has seen any strange activity from the holy people, though, like.
Okay. I actually have something written down for this, so let me look at my notes real quick. I have 5 pages of answers to potential questions.
Oh,
They may be benefiting from it. That doesn't mean shady shit isn't
You
happening.
gave me a
for it.
week. Some of the shadier stuff, other people have heard of, but you were not there. People who cannot pay for it have been taken to the temple in the middle of the night to repent. Like, they've just been snatched off the streets. That's a rumor. No one says they've ever seen it. But they did talk about a man holding a staff that looks like a golden cobra, a la Jafar, and taking it. Hey, that's not trying to be a reference. That's just snake stuff.
Yeah, it's just a snake stick.
Yeah, and that's just the easiest way to frame it. That's basically dragging people into the temple who couldn't pay their taxes.
Okay.
And to see how much you got in tips, I'm gonna need a D12. Actually, sorry, before you do that. Raw charisma. Just straight charisma.
did you make sure
19.
to smile?
Okay, D12 times 3.
No,
So don't roll
she
3
smiled.
D12s, we're gonna multiply your result.
12.
36 silver pieces.
All right.
Pretty good for
She's
tips.
a good waiter.
I had a thought you'd go maximum on that. If you would have nat 20, it'd have been 5 times your total.
All right.
Yeah, but that's
Probably
gonna take us
dirty
all
and
day.
tired. She will retire back to the place then.
Yeah, I will say they even fed you dinner. It wasn't stellar, but it was like grilled fish and rice.
Nah, but she probably made a friend there helping out.
I will say so you can write this down as a friend slash like a recent friend. The owner of the establishment, their name is Captain Yora. Y-O-R-A.
Y-O-R-A?
They, them, wood elf. Old. Do you want? They'll even have told you how they opened the place if you want me to tell you.
Sure.
They were one of those ship captains that basically moved goods from Illyria to other places in the here. And eventually they just got way too old to sail, so they converted the boat that they traveled on, which is into this establishment. They basically dry docked it, refitted it, and that's what the bar is. It's a boat.
Nice.
Yep. Now I have a message to look at. Okay, who else wanted to do something? Because I have to type something, so if you can talk, I'd appreciate it.
I think the rest of us were gonna go to the inn.
I thought we were all gonna go to the rich place first. So I don't know. Do we just want to hang out there? Or no, wait, me and Yordrick, after we got rooms, I think we're going to go to the lower end
Yeah.
of things. Unless someone else wants to come with us.
1, 2, 3.
Scrap, Flora?
I probably would have at least stuck with Dahlia for a little while.
Okay.
Is there any kind of stuff that Scrap can do with Arcana to try and figure out what's going on in the area that's causing this weird effect when people pray to other gods?
Yeah, it's more of a religion check.
I mean, I've got a 4 in religion.
Yeah, you ain't gotta be proficient.
Yeah, pretty good.
Would have liked to attempt that, I guess.
Go for it. I'll say nothing you get will be concrete fact. It's just what you Scramp can surmise.
You got a 14.
So with your 14, you essentially you can assume if Scrap was a god and he wanted to have more people worshiping him, why would he let other gods get worshipped in his territory? That sounds like that does not sound like how you consolidate power.
But that's not how it works in other places with the other gods.
I'm just saying what Scrap can surmise as a not priest.
Certified not priest.
This is not science, this is psychology.
Child psychology.
Yep, this is some Napa shit. This is not your hard math science.
Minor in pain.
So I'd say that's what you can get just by wandering around, observing behaviors. Feel free to tell your scaled friend.
I mean, it's not really any more information than what we already had about what's going on.
Oh, it's just a theory. If only you were a priest.
If only we had a cleric
We used to eons ago.
About to say, was there a cleric
in the
this game?
bygone age.
Who do you think you replaced? Oh, sorry, who do you think Cat replaced?
Back in the
I thought I
before
replaced
time,
Druid.
Micah. Back in the
long-
LFD era.
The druid replaced the cleric, and then
Cat
the
replaced
druid got
Druid.
replaced with the. No, then the elf got replaced by the turtle. No, elf got replaced by Laura, and then the druid got replaced by Yordrick.
You just see Dolly doing a Pepe Sylvia web right now.
Dude, she's trying to, like, man, why are we losing so many people?
Yodi died too!
Oh.
Crap, we're in a simulation.
No, I made myself sick.
Orders a drink.
What are you trying to
Pallius
do with the
is
shimmering
going to
scales?
change into more grungy attire, you said?
He has normal clothes that aren't like fanciful, noble-looking clothing. So, yeah, he's gonna do that and leave his fancier stuff in the room that we get.
The article I think the only thing that is of value besides his lantern would be like the ring on his finger, so he'll probably just take that off and slip it into his pocket.
Welcome to the Werewolf Tavern.
I
Put the
start
ring back
switching.
on.
The one time you're not prepared.
Is in my pocket. It's not gone forever.
We're
Plus,
a traveling improv group. Oh, we're all werewolves.
Just eye begins twitching. What?
But yeah, so he's gonna dress down. Do you just still bring your shield armed and such, Yordrick?
I mean, flick of hand, Warpig disappears. He'll have his light hammer on his waist, but that's
Hey.
just
your little wooden mallet.
yeah. Oh, he's just got a little hammer. What can he do? That's a Warpig.
Oh.
Oh, magic. Magical warpick. I see.
But yeah,
Huh.
Scrap, do you leave anything in the room? I do gotta know.
I mean, not really. He doesn't have like anything fancy.
Mhm. Didn't know if you wanted to leave any weapons there.
No.
Yes, let's all go to the rough side of town unarmed.
Nah, you
Well-
can cast a spell.
Yeah, I was
work.
about to say, you can go visually unarmed.
Yeah,
I have a shovel.
exactly. Well, look, you got a shovel. Yours got a hammer. You guys just look like contractors.
Yeah. If we just walk in with a ladder, we can go anywhere.
Like,
Can
cool.
in-
Picks up
can
ladder.
in fact go
Have this
anywhere.
clipboard.
Wait,
Guys,
wait,
this is
wait,
how we
wait,
get into the temple. This is how we get into the temple. Dahlia,
Wait.
get a clipboard. I'll take a ladder.
wait,
Oh, it's off
no.
the tables.
Can we have it canon fact before you guys go out? Dolly gets back and Pallius asked her to paint a ladder for him to carry. through the
Yeah.
We'll keep that as plan B.
Yeah.
I'm not bringing an actual fucking ladder, but that's great.
Just, fine, here you go. It'll disappear in 2 hours.
I'm gonna use it in a fucking cage match.
That's all I need it for.
I do want this to be used at some point. Just probably not right now.
Can
It's a
Dahlia
good
give
plan.
me a?
We'll put it on the back burner though.
Can Dahlia create a steel chair for me
Yes,
so I can swing
technically.
it off the top rope?
Yes.
Remember, she can make anything size medium or smaller that is not alive.
Yep.
Awesome.
Non-magical, not alive. They did change Creation Bard.
Dahlia, I'm gonna need a soapbox.
Oh god, he's gonna start preaching.
Oh
Exactly.
no, we do have a priest in the party.
That'd be
But
an
yeah.
interesting thing if someone went outside and tried to do.
That would
I
get the
think-
attention of the temple real fast.
Oh yeah.
We might. Hey, one of us will be able to infiltrate it that way.
I refuse to pay taxes. Get her. As you walk by, pardon. You see, as you're walking there, you do see a building with a sign on it, and it has a logo of what looks like a silhouette of some sort of water bird, and underneath it just says "The Raging Geese." This is actually a nice building for this part of town, but this is not your destination. I'm just a landmark.
Okay.
And as you get to the river trough, which is just this place, it's a lot deeper into the swampy bits of town, almost out of the gates. You walk in, the door is half hanging. It's got this musty smell to it. And everyone in there looks like they're here because they couldn't go anywhere.
Well, I will go up to. I assume there's a bar.
Yep, and in front of it, it's this, let me get the description. This rotund, bald-headed human in a dirty apron.
And what kind of does it have a menu? Anything at all, or anything obviously on tap?
It just says swamp mix, 2 copper, food, question mark.
I'll get a swamp mix. Sure, why not?
Okay, Bob. As the bartender just grunts. And takes a mug and does not pour it from a barrel, not a tap, just does that motion where you're scooping it and it sloshes something fierce.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's how I would describe it.
Absolutely disgusting, but he can take it.
Can he though?
Okay, con save to drink if you're gonna do it.
All right. Nine?
Ooh.
Are you a puker or would you swallow this out of pride because it's chunky?
Would I what? What was the second one?
Or are you someone who could choke down like a chunky beverage?
I think Peleus, if he absolutely had to, would. If for nothing else than to keep up appearances.
I will allow it, but you are not able to stomach anymore.
Yeah. I take a sip of it in immediate reaction. If Yordrick, if you see it in his eyes, you see just them all of a sudden change real quick as almost panic, and then quickly returning to the same as he manages to choke down just a sip of it before putting it back onto the bar and turning around to both of you.
Great.
So, what do you two plan to do here then? Scrap, did you come with us actually? I forget. Okay.
Buddy
Looking
system.
around this room, there's the bar, and I'm assuming just tables and booths where people are sitting. Are there noticeable? I'm looking for 2 things. Is there any kind of noticeable iconography on any group of people, and/or are there any games going on?
This is not some of the atmosphere in which there are games going on.
Okay.
The closest thing to iconography I would say some people are in these. There's like a couple people in these will look like slapdash, ramshackle. What could have been like a sailor's outfit, but it looks like they haven't seen the water in a while. And some guys just very dirty. You do see that old disgraced juggler, Mr. Chiggins.
Mr. Chicken.
Who?
Oh, yeah, someone didn't watch the mod.
weird. That was the homeless man, I believe, from the last.
Oh.
They met a
episode.
homeless, and he used to be used to be a respected juggler.
Okay. Sorry, that threw me off for a second. Homeless juggler was not on my bingo card for today.
Jolly stands up. Bingo.
I had wealthy
Never would
juggler.
have thought I got this one.
Scrap was one away.
too.
Scrap had noble wealthy juggler on his, and he was one away.
Roderick will kind of point them out to Pallius. Well, if we want any kind of information, some sort of organization in a group would likely have some information.
I don't think you're going to find too many people here from a powerful organization or group, but we can try just talking around. What exactly
Power
are you
doesn't
hoping to
matter
find?
just to hear something, though.
I suppose so. If you want that one over there, I believe he showed us, me and Flora, that is, the way to the old temples. So, I believe he can be trusted for at least somewhat accurate information.
One moment with the music bot crashed.
You say that, and now I'm just picturing the string group from Titanic. Bots dying, and the little instruments inside are saying, "It's been an honor, gentlemen."
Yeah, so if you have specific questions to ask people, you are free to give me those questions.
Are we allowed to talk above game before we start doing that?
Sure.
So, what are we mainly trying to find out right now? Because this has been here for, what was it, 20 years?
Not
Give or take.
It's been here for roughly 20 years. Somehow no one's talked about it enough to where we're just recently hearing about it. Whenever you were looking at the church, did you get a sense for how long ago they were burned down?
I believe it was around that same sort of thing. Like, these were, well, in truly decayed buildings.
Okay, so they came in here,
Mic
burned down
on.
temples to other gods
Mic
roughly
off.
20 years ago, have been the effective ruling group in this town for 20 years.
Mhm.
They have stretched their influence to what we can assume to be the guards due to the snake and lizard folk in the guard groups. They have some sort of hold over just being within their area, where if you pray or practice to another god, you are punished, rectified, whatever you want to call.
I'd say, for information, what we might want to look for right now is to confirm any of the shady dealings of the church, because people at the very bottom are likely to have a bit looser lips, especially
People
if they've been
disappearing.
wronged. Yeah, especially if they're a victim or know someone who was a victim of the church. They're
Mhm.
probably more willing to speak about it because they're of a lower class and might just want to vent.
Also bar.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, if anyone could tell us any details about the building of the temple, if there might be any other ways into it or out of it, or any of the other dealings going on with them, that might be a good idea.
Was the temple specifically built for that church, for this group, or did they
I don't believe
take
we've...
over a building and make it their temple? is
I
my
don't
You
believe
don't know.
Yeah, I don't believe we've gotten that detail from anyone, so that could be something to ask.
Do we know if something has happened within the last year or two that's caused more talks about this location?
I'm not
not
immediately aware of
typically.
anything.
Yeah, I believe all we did in Illyria was get the job posting that Dahlia found, and then Dahlia said we're gonna go hunt down some heretics.
It wasn't a job posting. It was a random.
It was
He
rumors.
heard-
It was a random rumor that Dahlia heard walking through the streets.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Okay,
No-
I thought it was like a
No
job.
one has hired you to be here.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
It was literally just a random thing Dahlia overheard, and she went gung ho for it. So,
Mm-hmm.
because it happened around the time of looking into the whole water thing. That's how she learned about the unicorn as well.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Worked out for us so far.
So,
Hmm.
Yordrick, do you want to try and hunt down a little bit of that information, or anything else you might have thought of yourself?
I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna ask about the temple itself just to try to find out history about it, because if it was a building prior to them taking hold of it, then there might be something about it from before that they might not know about it. But if it was specifically built for the group, then that's gonna be probably a lot more sealed, is what I'm thinking. So I think I'm gonna look into information about the temple itself, like how long it's been here, just to gauge that. I doubt we could find out who built it and then question them about any secrets to it, because that'd be a bit of a ways back, probably.
Also, a better idea to not leave too much of an impression on people if we're asking
Mhm.
questions like that.
I'd probably
So-
phrase it to the extent of, "Oh, traveler, it's such a lovely temple. Did they build it just for..." What is the name of the... Do we have an actual name of this?
Yes, I believe. Let me search my note.
Holy Serpent, I think.
Yeah.
Is it just the Holy
Order
Serpent?
of the Order
No,
of the
it's got
Holy
a
Serpent.
name and you've been told it.
Ah, fuck. Oh, I know that there's paladins within the temple. I think, and they're called the Order of the Holy Serpent, right? I get that one right.
If you didn't write it down. You guys only heard it once or twice, so your character's even in character may just not remember its name.
Well, I definitely phrase my questions in the context of, "Oh, traveler, such a nice building. Did they make it just for their order, or was it something beforehand?" And then go from there with whatever information I get.
Okay, because it got jumbled for me of like what exactly you wanted to say. Is that your specific question? We are asking specific questions tonight.
Okay. Simplifying it down to the specific question, basically, their building, did they build it for themselves, or was it here and they commandeered it, I guess would be it simplified down.
And who are you asking?
I guess I'll go ask the juggler, since that's who Pallia's pointed me towards. Oh no.
Ah, you one of them priests?
No, I'm merely a traveler. I saw the temple while I was moving around town and thought it looked nice.
Sure, lizard man. Of course you would.
I kind of put my hand down for a second. Sir, I'm a turtle.
Racism.
Reptile's a reptile's a reptile.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
Go ahead,
You are a
Brody.
Not to
reptile.
be rude, sir, but turtles are amphibians by nature, not reptiles.
No, they're not.
Wait,
They are
Wait.
not.
They are
Wait.
not.
why am I... Sorry.
You're thinking of
Well, me-
frogs.
I'm sitting next to a turtle right now.
You're
Too late. His character already said it.
Yeah, that doesn't know.
he doesn't know his own biology.
Scrap just slowly turns to look
Yeah,
at you.
Let's Scrap take this one.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was
No,
wrong.
Micah, now we're doing
No,
a
no,
bit.
no,
Now,
it's funny.
It's been established, Ricky.
Yeah,
It's a bit.
Yordrick's had a long day.
Do it for the bit.
I've
Proceed.
had a long week.
Fair.
Scrap, proceed.
Arctic, what the fuck did you just say?
I don't know.
Are you sure?
Nope.
Because I'm pretty sure that you should know what turtles are.
We're gonna move
Why would you
past
say
this.
that?
I insight him to make sure he's not an imposter.
Oh no!
Kid, was your friend
Oh.
here raised by gnomes or something?
What is that meant to imply?
I guess gnomes are stupid. God, this guy's full of just.
What exactly did he just say?
What was your friend raised by gnomes here or
from-
something?
Before that, there was a word he said.
Kid. Is your friend here stupid? Was he raised by gnomes or something?
Just looks up at this guy a little confused now. So what? Just because I'm short, I'm a kid now?
I am 75 years old. I'm willing to bet you are.
You know, from that point of view, I kind of get it actually.
He just
75,
croaked.
so you've lived here a while then.
Well, I moved here at one point. I wasn't born here. But the juggling market was pretty big.
Is it
Seven
not
percent.
now?
Oh, not anymore. Actually, I used to be what was called an acolyte. I ain't gonna tell you.
Why not?
No.
Can I
Likely due to
insight
where
him?
we are.
You can.
A juggler is a performer. I mean, who would that?
I mean, no, not
Yeah,
to figure out what god it is, just why he won't tell me.
Oh,
With an 8, you believe he took too many juggling pins to the head.
Oh.
he forgot.
Micah, did you want to?
Sure, I'll try.
And after this, we're gonna
got that
have you
sw-
watch Over the Hedge.
Got that sweet
Why?
+0.
17.
He probably might. They don't have freedom of religion here. He's not saying it.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured.
Have
I'll
to
just kind of
convince-
look towards Scrap. It's likely due to the current state of the town.
Do you have any opinions on said current state that you're willing to share?
Well, I miss having a house, but now I can't afford it.
Can't you just, like, juggle at the amphitheater or something?
Oh, not anymore. The old hands ain't what they used to be, and his hands visibly shake.
Do you have any other skills that you might be able to lean upon?
I'm not gonna lie, it was not my brightest to go all in on my life on a particular thing.
Hmm. That's an
Especially when my family has some diseases that get passed down.
Oh,
Oh.
that's...
Off game, he's got Parkinson's.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got Parkinson's and he took up
That's-
juggling.
So sad.
Yes, this is a real thing that affects people, and it's a tragic thing.
Mhm.
Oh,
Bad things happen to good people.
True.
that is rather unfortunate, and I am sorry for that. But back to my original question.
quick, Dahlia, magic away his illness.
Get him some weed.
Ah. Let me check something.
You want to pour unicorn tears? That's a curse only.
Damn.
What if he considers his life a cursed life?
Oh,
He just kills himself.
Whoops.
Not mean to press that.
Hey, man, Mr. Chicken's still be out here, though.
It does say one disease.
Or condition afflicting it. I could end his Parkinson's.
but would it come back considering it's genetic?
Yeah, I will say...
It would probably
genetic-
remove it for a little bit. He'd get at least a couple months or something, I feel. But eventually, like, yeah, it'd probably come back.
Not enough for him to make a living juggling again.
Just
It
enough for
does
him to
also
enjoy
say-
it for a little bit.
It does also say the condition can be one of the following.
Can be, not.
He's
Can
gotta
be,
be.
not must be.
Well, is Parkinson's
Unless
a
a restoration
condition, or
could-
is it a hereditary disease?
It's a hereditary disease. In this. For his instance, it is a hereditary disease.
Unfortunate. But
Yeah,
about
I
my
think
original
it-
question.
Anyways, local
but-
juggler man Parkinson's
Not fair to
aside,
people who aren't here.
goes to Dahlia.
It's Dahlia's turn to do it.
So
I have
about
that,
my
I have that
original
influence.
Mikey, do you have another question for Gus
I
Chicken?
didn't get an answer to my first question.
Oh. Repeat it.
Because people start making fun of my mistake and me.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Are you-
man.
What are you new?
My real question is, did Micah know that they're not amphibians, or did he goof for a while?
Because like they make that a major point in hit movie Over the Hedge.
My biggest thing is I kept thinking about turtles, and I was trying to think. They say I love being a turtle, and I kept trying to think. Do they at some point talk about being amphibians? What am I?
We're reptiles, not amphibians.
Mm.
We've
I don't
answered
know.
this question.
Yes.
Yodrick, information.
Yes, the question I asked him was mentioning how nice the building worked, and just asking if it was here before they got here, or if they built it themselves. Was what I basically asked him.
Well, I don't recollect much, but that castle was pretty big, so I don't know if it may have been added on, but could have been refurbished.
So it's possible.
Weren't we told that they were using the gold to build in there?
We know the gold from the old temples and things like that was taken.
Yeah.
We don't know where it went or what it's being used for, but we know it was taken, so maybe?
You know, a lot of the gold that's being taken is being put back into the territory. Careful
tax-
government spending.
God. Responsible government. It must be a devil.
So
As
basically
he,
saying it might have been built on. So
If he will finish his mug. If you're gonna be talking at me, buy me another mug of swamp mix.
I kind of look at what's left in his
What
cup.
a soldier.
Nothing.
Are you
Clean.
sure? Is this really what you want?
Well, they
It's
have
not what
some
I
ale
want.
here, but I ain't made of money, son.
It's about what I need.
I want
Micah?
to break the song,
Yes.
but
Actually, you know, you're not a brewer. Never mind. This would be a Flora only thing.
Yeah, no.
Floridalia.
Oh yeah. sorry.
Police is gonna come over there. I'm gonna bring my mug.
Always forgetting the Dahlia knows how to brew.
I always picture on the customer service end.
I'm going to bring my mug over there. Oh, Mr. Chickens, what's it been? A whole half a day.
But what if we poured some vial of ectoplasm in it?
Don't poison people.
I don't know if it's
that.
poisonous.
I'm just gonna say it. Da-da-ba-da-dan-da-dan,
He's a phantom.
Yo, be pretty sick if this man suddenly gets that power.
Yes. Young boy, where's your lady friend? Oh, she break up with you?
She's otherwise occupied at this time.
Yeah, she broke up with him.
So,
Terrible.
Sit
yes,
down, my roast.
absolutely horrible. I'm heartbroken to hear to drink my troubles away, but honestly, I don't want this as much as you probably do. I'm going to give him the swamp water. Say, what I believe my reptilian companions who were trying to ask you in particular was that temple there.
Unfortunately, I left my aged Leonin wine back at the house.
I imagine that you have seen quite a lot. You see a million things every day. Would you by any chance have seen any way that people leave that temple or enter it that's relatively unguarded by any chance?
Son, it's connected to the Lord's Manor. There's a front gate, and that's sort of it. Old Man Chickens ain't slinking around there like some sort of ninja.
Can't say I blame you. Another thing I was wondering, you wouldn't happen to know anyone who's actually disappeared, would you?
Well, I'll tell you, but you gotta buy me a roasted swamp slug. I'm starving.
How about 5 silver and you can go buy yourself something far better?
Go order it. I'm comfortable.
Fair enough. I'll go get him a slug, I guess, and come back. How much does it cost me?
5 copper.
Alright.
If I had to give you the size of the slug, the size of a keyboard.
Damn, that's actually pretty good servant size. They don't skip out.
You can just tell looking at the food, it's mostly swamp bugs being served to eat here.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go. Enjoy your meal. But, again, my question.
If I lost somebody, let me see if he can pass the correct intelligence save.
Oh, God.
We have made him
Most-
inebriated.
How
If
smart.
that swamp sludge technically contains alcohol and not just
Natural 20.
fermented water.
Yeah, Mr. Chickens!
Yo, keep note of Gus Chickens, man. This guy's it.
Goat right here.
Out
Alright.
here. Gus Chickens always survives.
Nothing bad ever happens to the chickens.
There was only other. Too bad there's no other chickens.
Oh,
Well,
Not door.
there was a young fella I once shared a spot with out in the park. Tended to keep to himself. What? Didn't sleep there none, but just sort of sat down at my spot. And one day, I don't quite remember his name. Could have been Daniel or something starts with a D. But one day he just he started to talk. That his business wasn't doing too hot. I think he was a stonemason. And one day, Daniel or just stopped showing up. That's all Gus Chickens has to say about that.
Fair point. Well, thank you. Enjoy your meal.
You're a good kid, Paul.
Thank you, Mr. Chickens. You're a good man.
Now,
Yordle,
he's
did you have
gonna
anything else to ask?
Go ham on this slug.
So,
go
Yordle,
slug on this slug.
Well, remember that scene from Avatar, like from Sokka's master? That smoked sea slug.
Oh.
So, Yordle, that confirms.
Scrap
What
watches
about-
for a second to see how he eats it.
Fork and knife.
Like a civilized folk.
Yeah, he's not caveman. He has the technology. Oh, you see him chew the drink.
Oh,
Damn, I wish I had thought of that.
It's got the flavor juices all compacted.
I'm shocked none of you have asked. I mean, you know what? Ask the bartender what it's made of.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's better for everyone if we don't.
I don't want to know what it is, but
Let's not bring this evil into the world.
so that at least partially confirms our suspicions, Yordle. Do you have any other questions around here? AJ, who were the other two groups I think you described? One was like a sailor and
Yeah, there's a group of people in like thrown together sailor uniforms that clearly hadn't been out to sea.
okay. Was there another?
Those are the ones I pointed out, saying maybe
There
some
was
sort of
no other
organized
unified groups. It was just some folks here and there.
Gotcha.
Definitely like the minimum wage manual labor people who don't want to be home but aren't at work right now.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Goes to bar next door.
Mm-hmm.
Above game, no, I can't really think of anything else, because if they've been refurbishing that building and it's attached to the Lord Manor, then I don't really know, besides either storming or sneaking our way in the front gate of an immediate way. And I doubt
yeah,
Gus
I mean-
Chickens is going to know.
I
Scrap's
doubt
got-
storming.
Scrap's got a shovel.
I doubt storming the gates is going to work out well for any of us
Oh, probably not.
right now.
We could just ask to see the place.
Don't we
try.
know that that's not going to work? Didn't they say that it's only for the, devout?
I mean, I'm devout, just not maybe to who they want me to be devout to.
I think Given how they treated the other old faiths, I don't think it's a good idea for you to walk up there claiming your devotion. Unless, of course, you're fond of forcible conversion.
What are they gonna
Sacrifice.
do? Turn him into a double lizard?
I don't know, maybe they're gonna make his tail even bigger. I don't fucking know, so it's like a snake.
The
We could-
tail shall consume his legs.
We could create a distraction and then just walk in when they come out to investigate.
As I said, sneak. But this is not a conversation for now.
No one shows the faintest sign of listening to what you're talking about in here.
I don't think anyone really cares about what we're talking about, to be honest with you. People in
We
these
could
sorts of
just
places have
attempt
their own
to
problems.
ask around for if anyone knows of any missing person. Just as a general question for everyone
I happen
here.
to believe Mr. Chiggins. My guess is that we've heard from a couple of different people that they do take in those they see as unfaithful or unable to pay their taxes. So
Are they taken in the front gates?
I wouldn't know, but suffice it to say they can make people disappear through some means or another.
What about
tell you-
Flora's new boyfriend?
I don't know. I'm
Another
not the one who
boyfriend?
fucked. I'm not the one who fucked him last night. I don't know what he's on about.
It's the gladiator?
That might be an angle for Flora to work. Not us. If I had to make a suggestion, I say we get out of here and we find ourselves a job. At some point. Make ourselves useful around here, do something. There's only so much information we can really gather from the outside like this. Not to mention, if we want to keep our accommodations as they are, we should probably find another source of income here.
Indeed. I guess we pack it up and head out.
I will say, one moment, I gotta read something. You all get to your individual rooms, the gentlemen in one and the ladies in the other. Or are you meeting somewhere in particular?
I would think we'd all convene together again to, like, discuss what we're going to do next, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say you meet in the Shimmering Scales Lounge.
I was gonna say a bit more of a private place, like
Oh.
the room.
Yeah.
Considering our topics for discussion right now.
Yeah.
Um,
So, I guess I'll start then. So, what, exactly... Dahlia, how was your evening then? Said you went off to go work. Did you find anything extra useful?
Oh, yeah.
Dahlia's good.
Flora, you did things this
Okay,
evening.
gosh
How were-
damn microphone. Gosh damn microphone.
You gotta look at you need new drivers for that thing.
I need a lot of new things, mate.
Well, these are not things you have to pay for.
Yeah, no. I made a lot of money, but also I learned a little bit of stuff of how it's affecting people here, as well as, you know, disappearances, and, you know, some people are disgruntled, but not, like, overly disgruntled.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm trying to think, like, exactly what. Oh yeah, no. People seem to possibly have been taken off the streets at night to, and she puts up air quotes, repent when they can't pay their taxes.
That sounds problematic.
That's something that we might have also confirmed. I think it's safe to say that's something they're doing.
It would be a way in.
It's one of the ways in, yes.
Not the safest.
I was about to
Fine.
say, I don't think that we want to go in that way if we have a choice.
Not to mention these people, from what we've heard, no one ever sees them get taken. So it would be impossible for us to even know or stage something. It's likely you speak out once, word makes its way to the right people, they put your name in a little book somewhere, and a few days later, you're just gone.
There's no telling what they do to you whenever they first get you, so what we may consider a way in could just be signing our own death warrant.
Quite possibly. Or worse. If the nature of this thing is truly what I think it is, then it is most likely worse.
Hmm. How... Well, I guess we haven't really looked around it. He said that the Lord's house was connected to the temple.
Yeah, if you look at the actual map on Roll20, this is accurate.
I bet money that the Lord's probably either in on this or dead.
From what... I think
Or
Flora,
both.
that would... Flora, you had information more on that than the rest of us, right? I think between you and me, we might have had information on how that whole thing went down, because we know about the
Yeah.
ruling party and how that might have played out.
It was the Lord who instated this religion and cast out all the priests, so she's definitely a part of this.
Power grab, or a simple opportunity, or maybe she was given a choice that she couldn't refuse. Who knows?
Could be any number of motives, but
We don't know.
I'm more thinking if the two buildings are connected, which would be easier to sneak into if we needed to.
If we sneak in and we get caught, then that could be a rather dire situation.
There is the prospect of being invited in, though I'm not sure of the entire requirement for that.
You'd have to probably be something really important.
I could attempt to strike a deal with them, potentially. It's a very risky ploy, a hell of a gambit.
Are you meaning a sense of being open and talking with them, or what sort of deal are you talking about?
I could attempt to write a letter or seek audience with the Lord in order to make some sort of proposition. I'd have to make it seem a bit more realistic.
Do you have that means of pull?
I do have ties to my family. I don't have the proper authority to make deals, but I do hold some influence back there, although my ability to communicate with them right now is a bit limited.
And you know, look at Scrap real quick.
Okay.
He's not there.
What?
Nope, Scrap's gone. He's gonna go blow him
Scrap's
up.
gone. He's getting turned into a double lizard, I guess.
shoot, where did he get off to?
I don't know. We can deal with him later.
It's probably better to deal with him now,
Yeah.
or at least
He was just
I'll-
with us at the bar. Where did he go?
No, he was in the room with you. He got to the room with you.
Oh, like he's just completely gone.
Door shut, door locked. You guys were having a conversation with him. Scrap's gone.
Is there anything left where he was standing?
Noma.
Probably his dice.
Oh dear goodness, he rolled his dice.
what?
The
His
shovel's
regular?
still standing up.
Do they look
Oh,
like the regular dice?
did any of us see him do something before?
No, you guys were talking.
What?
Do they
Just
look
kinda
like his
look
regular
around.
dice?
This looks like his dice of fickle fortune that he made out of hodag bones.
Oh no.
Dolly's
Maybe
gonna like
here's
start
flattening
trying to
of
feel
dice.
around the room to see if she can find him, like if he's
These
invisible.
dice were his cross.
Oh no.
That's like his what do they call it?
One of his
Rosary.
crosses.
It's what?
Rosary.
Yeah, Scrap has 2 gods.
Oh.
This ain't new. But yeah, Scrap has 2 gods. This is one of the crosses that we run.
Someone check under the beds.
Richard goes over and lifts one of the beds.
Is Scrap under the bed?
If it was probably the closest thing.
You see Scrap shaking like a chihuahua.
Put it back down!
I put the bed back down. I found him.
Crap.
What is
What's
he doing with his-
wrong?
I have to ask you guys, this is important. Are you guys meeting in Pallia's, Scrap, and Yordrick's room, or in Flora and Dahlia's? I have to know.
Probably the one that's furthest away from the stairs.
The guy's room, then.
All right.
Probably.
Where we're at.
I get the feeling. I put the bed back down, but I sort of get down and I lift the. Oh, what is the edge of the bedcloth called? Bed curtain? Is that? I don't know.
The blanket that overhangs it, yeah, or
Yes.
whatever.
Comforter?
I think it's actually called a shawl.
No, that's
Whatever
something
it's
cooler.
called.
Yes. Whatever it's called, Yordrick just kind of lifts it up enough to look underneath. Scrap, did you roll your dice?
He doesn't answer you.
We may have uninvited guests soon.
Okay.
Did you just pop your knuckles out of game?
Yeah!
Yeah.
Dahlia's
Oh,
ready to
method acting.
go.
Is that what got picked up on there?
Yeah, I think it-
That's rad.
yeah.
Go time for Dahlia. But yeah, Scrap is terrified under the bed.
Right, so...
Scrap, I'm gonna lean down there. Scrap, did you try to invoke your god while we were planning things? I'm not mad.
Maybe.
Dahlia, okay. Just so you know, Dahlia's behind Pallius right now, looking down at Strap, just giving him the the okay symbol and just shaking her head yes with a big smile on her face. Just like as she's cracking her knuckles. She's like, yeah.
Well, we have a choice to make. Either we run or we face whatever's coming.
I mean, do we even know if anything's coming?
What makes you think something's coming?
He may just have gotten scared again.
I believe
He's
this is
one
the
of them.
second time this has happened.
I mean, if we really want to make sure I could pray.
I
No.
don't. Do you see the
Dahlia
state
shakes
straps
up.
in?
Paint stains on the carpet. Dahlia under the bed, too.
Just hugging Strap. It's so scary.
God, it's comfortable down here.
My
Quit.
concern is that they have a sort of compliancy system, more than likely. They
I mean,
have
well-
some means of telling whenever people do these sorts of things, so surely they have a
I mean,
A
we'll know
strike.
soon enough.
that is what I'm concerned about.
Anyway, I'll wrap up my proposition for the plan. My plan is to perhaps attempt to contact the head of the city in hopes of proposing an allyship between myself, potentially my house, and theirs. It might prove useful in the coming time when we return to Illyria. Who knows?
So, how are you going to, you're just gonna show up and go in alone?
I would prefer to.
Anyone
through
of
the proper-
stature would need to have some sort of entourage of bodyguards or assistants, surely.
I would propose that I send a letter and go through the proper channels. We want to obey the law for as long as we can. Otherwise, I simply want to question what exactly you lot intend to actually do through this. Because from what I've seen through this city, although it does have its fair share of problems, the land seems to be prospering far beyond what it was before. And people may be going missing, they may be suffering, but I don't see it as more people than would be murdered or stolen from if law and order was not enforced as well here. What exactly do you actually plan to do in this situation?
Well, my thought process is... I lost my train of thought. No,
I
it just
learned I'm not
immediately left my head. Okay.
I
Back on
learned
the
I'm not an
amphibian thing.
amphibian, and my world's been
Yeah.
shattered.
Shut up.
No.
Because from that
Please.
perspective, we are outnumbered, we are outgunned. We do not have any influence here. We have very little money to pull on, and our allies, or more particularly your allies, are far, far away from here at the moment. And I don't really see any particular great weakness within this thing. It's had an entire generation to cultivate and solidify its power here. And it alone, disregarding that system of power, is quite likely more powerful than all of us combined.
Well, my thought process here is, while they may be reducing the crime rate, people are effectively being killed just for their own thoughts. And there's no telling how long this may go before it spreads outwards. That is a rather dangerous thing unto itself.
My biggest fear is that this thing actually ever gets traction. Look, you say whatever you want about the gods. They don't do much, sure, but I'm scared to think of what this thing could do if it got power. The other gods at least play for the most part nice with each other. This thing clearly doesn't want to. If this was just a new religion and people got to practice whatever they wanted and they had a following, I don't think I'd care really as much.
You have an accurate observation. Demons don't tend to play nice with others.
And aren't you a little demon hunter?
What's the matter?
Starts poking Palace a little bit. Don't you want to take down the demon?
I wasn't exactly
Passives
tasked
are,
with taking
AJ.
down this one, actually.
What?
The one.
You just asked what our passives were?
No. What's the matter, Demon Hunter? Never met a real demon before.
You must be the bellhop.
The great Peleus not able to take down this demon.
You must-
She is going to start gaslighting the fuck out of
I
Peleus.
will
no.
grab your
Oh.
hand.
She's
I will
girl
grab your
bopping.
hand. Oh, I will grab
You
your hand.
must be the insert Peleus's last name here.
If you want to go march on up to that thing's temple and try to take it on yourself, you are more than welcome to get yourself killed.
But look at Scrap, he's just a boy.
The great hero that you are, Dahlia. Go ahead.
Oh, you mistake me for a hero? That's flattering. No, I'm a troublemaker. It's what
Oh,
I
I see.
do.
Hero is what you pretend to be, then.
Better than you.
I'm not trying.
Can I try to help Scrap by any means? Is there
Really?
anything I can do to help him?
I will ask the Peanut Gallery players, how do you think Micah could reassure Scrap by saying, "Don't worry, we're real"?
Very literally, I was wondering if I could just try to calm him down and talk him out.
Yeah,
from
I'm
under the
saying-
bed.
I
What
think it'd be
y'all-
more of a comforting situation. You're just trying to comfort him.
Treat
Yeah,
him like
that's
a
what I'm
cat.
saying. Like,
Treat him
what do you
like
think the role should be here? Because
Probably persuasion or charisma to just calm him down.
okay, I have an idea. Scrap,
Uh-huh.
roll me raw intelligence. We're gonna subtract that from 30 to make Micah's DC.
Oh,
Could any of your stats beat a 23?
could any of my stats beat a
Could
23?
any of your mental stats beat a 23?
Yeah, my wisdom could. I'd have to roll a natural 20.
Okay, persuasion based in wisdom then.
You have a
So,
5% chance, Micah.
If you're
Yeah,
not
so-
proficient, hey,
So
Broden-
I'm technically
Broden-
proficient in persuasion, so...
I think I will allow Broden to barbecue and what? Palace, can't you whip him?
I could whip you. You
Oh,
want to
yeah.
get whipped? I must. You want your turn? You want help?
You need consent. from
Alias
Wicca.
and Dahlia are just arguing, and then they both turn to Yordrick and say, "You're doing great." Well,
Ollie
Learn.
pulls out a tiny like post-it note of you, and I whip it. Here you go. Go nuts.
We're in the middle of argument. We both just turn over. You just whip him. I just slap a sticky note on his head, and we turn back to each other.
ow! What was that for? I'm trying to help Scrap.
I feel like I could do better.
Then help.
No, oh my god, the whip is okay. I'll do better.
So this would just be a D20 plus 5 if I'm using Wisdom.
Yeah, go for it. D20 plus 5, and then add. So I do have to ask: do you consent to Phalius whipping you? Because he can't do this to party members without consent.
I don't think that really makes sense in the situation.
Yeah, I don't
honestly.
think it does really. I've already got one hand on Dahlia, so like it'd be even harder.
Okay, Dahlia, are you able to bardic him for this?
Like you would just see me down on my knees trying to.
I mean,
talk to
she cares.
Scrap.
She would care for
Yeah,
Scrap not
You
to
care about
be
Scrap's
afraid.
well-being.
So she will bardic you as you see a butterfly fly towards.
Yeah, subconscious bardic
The
inspiration.
butterfly slaps a sticky note on your forehead.
Yeah.
Go for it, Micah. Let's see.
Okay, so D20 plus 5 is a 21 right now, so.
Okay, you have to roll at least a 2 out of what? This D6?
Yep. D6 with advantage.
2!
Hey!
Scrap, you can breathe again! The world's not as big!
I basically just coax you out and put a blanket over you so you don't feel like you're in an open space still.
You give him his milk. You give him another milkshake, and you just hold him, get him a pillow for it.
He takes one sip, is like, "What is this, milk?" Ugh.
Slowly
Crap like
crawls out from under the bed, looks around a bit, stands up, grabs his dice, stuffs them in his bag.
You may not want to do that again.
Were you just messaging him?
Yep,
Saying
the entire time.
Oh no. Okay.
Just grabs the cover, wraps it around himself, and just sits on the edge of the bed. I just wanted to get some information.
Experimenting is good in most cases. Maybe don't use yourself as a test subject.
Alia tried to kill me the last time I used her for a test subject.
And you've learned.
What did you do to her?
Try to drug me.
What?
Not in the Cosby way.
That seems a little harsh when you put it that way. It wasn't something that was supposed to be
You tried to slip hallucinogenics into my meal.
But they're the fun kind!
Yordrick would like to go towards the door and just sort of listen for a minute while they're still talking.
Now, are you gonna let go of my hand, or is this? a
Fine, the
continuous
moment's
thing with
passed
you?
anyways.
Thank you.
You were warm.
The mood is dead.
Let's see. I'm just gonna roll a stealth here, see if anyone. Okay, so pretty much everyone here just mutters. If anyone comes to attack me while I got this cover, I'm stealing it.
Fair.
Scrap's gonna have a blankie.
Just start using it as a whip.
No, he's just realized how comfortable this blanket is. He's like, I'm fucking taking this if anyone attacks me.
I was gonna say, you guys have the Sleepy Time sheep stuffy.
Dahlia does have the sleepy time sleep stuffy.
As long as you have that in your inventories. So, Scrap, if you want a clean 8 hours, you just have to hold it and say the magic word. That's how the item works.
What's the magic word?
Moopsie.
Either way, the Saints had a decade to dig itself in here, but
True.
my experience, 2 decades, whatever. You can't get a perfect defense. There has to be something somewhere.
Someone on the inside that we might be able to trust.
Or at least someone in the inside greedy enough to try something stupid that we can take advantage of.
I like the way you think, Dahlia.
And besides, I think you have a new friend who seems a little greedy. She looks at Florida. Or at least he might know someone.
It's very true.
So, how about this? Turns back to Pallies. You put in your little papers to see if you can get a meeting. Flora can work her end. And then the rest of us can do whatever we can to help each other.
I can help with other tasks as well. It won't take very long once I have the supplies.
Say, the people here may like it, but that doesn't always mean that it's the best thing. I'm not saying my god's better for them, but I am saying they at least need to have the free will to choose it.
I mean, it's certainly better for Gus chickens.
You know what, Dahlia? You may be right. To be honest, maybe I had you pegged out a little wrong before this.
Well, now I'm curious. What did you have me pegged as?
To be honest, I had you pegged as a child who was playing hero with a sword and your armor. But
She looks at you dead in the eye. I've lost too many people to be playing a game right now. And I have too big of a goal to be fucking around.
see a smile spread across his face.
If someone wants to get in my way, I will burn them until their soul doesn't remain.
I don't know if that's physically possible.
I'll find a way.
Now,
You're doing it. Shut
That-
up. You're doing great.
I believe her.
now that is the spirit.
But if you burn the soul, there won't be any juice left over.
Look,
Also-
Scrap, I will get you a grinder for souls, I promise.
Also, I'm pretty sure if you destroy a soul, that might count as blasphemy. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
You heard it here first, folks. Dolly's gonna get scrap on grinder.
Well, Dahlia, then. With that sort of spirit, I'm not sure anything can stop you. I'll write my letter. And afterwards, maybe we can find some other job while Flora tries to work another angle.
Does that other angle involve sex? Just still in his blankie.
It was a 50-50, really. I don't know how she operates now. Not that I really want to.
Rock and
I
roll.
don't really need that image in my head, thank you.
Nor do
Laura,
I.
just with her head like in her hand, arm crossed. It was.
Dahlia
just-
looks over to Flora and just has this most disapproving mother look of just.
Scrub,
You have one sex and some.
Scrub just points at her, his hands just sticking out of the blanket, and he just points at her as she's doing that. I think that means yes.
Dahlia just like, you had premarital sex, you fucking whore.
No, it was more that she just did it on the same night she met him.
Yeah, that's her issue. That's the.
Dolly's
Look, I understand if you go out with a guy and like you do stuff, but at least go on a couple dates. The man didn't even fucking take you to dinner. You skipped over even that part.
Well, hey,
Listen, do I really need to explain myself here?
Dahlia raises an eyebrow.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
If you had any idea what I've been through in my love life, how long it's been, you might not be so quick to judge.
Sweetheart, I can't even date.
Dahlia, my newfound respect for you aside,
Why-
I was gonna
why
say, are
can't
you
you date?
really in a position to judge here?
Ugh.
I just want to say this is great.
Wait, why can't you date anyone?
Most people see me as much younger than I actually am.
are you?
Been working on that for years.
She has a point, though. I did so.
Yeah, she looks like she's like 16.
Scrap looks a little
I'm
bit
24.
confused.
You're 24?
Yes!
Oh,
Really?
I
I
don't
hate all of you.
I don't get it.
Let's just go get dinner. We can discuss something else. over a meal.
TikTok, Flora.
Huh?
The thing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, we're on a timer.
No, she is.
Flora has a second date.
No, Flora has a bomb in her chest.
Oh.
Oh.
Dolly just kind of stands there, knowing she's fighting against fire.
Wouldn't be talking all high and mighty if you had a bomb in your chest.
Well, I guess the rest of us are gonna go get some dinner for the night. Probably downstairs.
Yeah. I'll
While Flora deals with her thing.
When are they baked fish?
Flora, you do have the opportunity to bring support. Do you think you
Yeah.
need it?
Yeah. So as everybody's walking out, I'll kind of just pull on Dahlia's arm.
Hmm?
I need help with something in my room for a moment.
Is it you getting ready for your second date?
Yes.
Fine.
Can I help? I've never seen a mammal do this before.
You
I'm
don't
okay with
wanna
it.
know.
For science.
Well, now I really want to know.
Dahlia, make him a steel chair so he can sit in the corner.
Yeah, hold on! Did you just make Scrap a cuck?
Yes! You made that joke several times.
In the cuck chair, I guess.
Dear goodness.
No, if it's something actual private, that's up to Flora. As long as I don't do anything, like,
No.
We need to call the government.
say, this isn't you telling me that he has a friend and that you need me to, like, wingman, because I'm not doing that.
No, I just...
I mean, it'd be the first date I ever go on, but I'm not doing that.
I need some girl talk, Dahlia.
I don't
Okay.
understand why that means I can't watch.
You're supposed to start
Context.
leading Scrap out of the room.
You heard it here first. Scrap likes to watch.
Strap in the corner with a bucket of popcorn. Just,
Dear goodness.
mm. So this is it, just taking notes.
Why are half the party freaks?
Well, okay, Strap is the only one with the excuse of, I do not understand it. I am not mammal. This does not mean anything to me.
No, it's totally scientific. It's only for scientific purposes, I'm sure, but you know. Still.
Strap is literally the only person in the party who can say that.
Do you guys want to go into the next scene, or do you want to take a 10-minute break?
I'm fine to keep going. This is great.
I'm good. I'm asking y'all.
I'm vibing right now. I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good.
That was a good Dahlia moment. I liked that last one. That was good.
That's fun.
By the way, I was gonna say, if you didn't let go of her, she was gonna start burning your hand.
Oh no, you turned it around. You made players actually kind of respect you.
Well, the best part is he can't resist it.
Yeah, true.
Oh.
He said it
I could
before.
hit you back though.
He said
Yeah.
before he doesn't resist fire.
I mean, it's just one of those.
the two of them burning each other back and forth.
Honestly, it's one of those things like
So scrap in the corner. So that's how
both of
they-
them have some massive hit points. I feel so.
Yeah.
They could slug each other for a while.
Let's not destroy your room, our room though, in the fancy.
Grab in the cuck chair with a rain poncho.
Dear
in the
goodness.
splash zone.
The real issue though with Pallius is that if he does too much, then Quacker gets involved.
Quackers could certainly do stuff. I'm not. The thing is, he wasn't gonna attack Dahlia, but he didn't like the toad she was going with, and then she turned it around.
But guess it's time for girl talk.
Yeah.
Is
Oh,
Scrap
boy.
there or not?
I feel like you were dragged away.
Yeah, wait,
Yorter just leads him out.
But how am I gonna know if no one ever shows me?
I'll show you later. We have cards downstairs.
Whoa!
When you're older.
I'm gonna use one of the cards downstairs just so Scrap can get this fucking out of the way.
Oh, okay. So Pally, how much gold do you have, Sport? Let's see.
Probably not enough for that. I'm gonna
Let
be
me look at
honest.
your character sheet, Sport.
I don't have a ton.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to.
I don't.
He
Okay.
didn't. No, he doesn't want to know about the sex. He knows how sex works. He wants to know what girl talk means.
Oh.
To be fair, the way Strap sounded in that
Yeah,
moment, though,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sounded like.
That
So
was
I
the
think,
thing last session too, where he said, "I don't know how mammals do it."
I think at that point, you're being dragged away simply for the misunderstanding.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because you guys were talking back and forth about how Flora needed Dahlia for something, and Scrap's like, "Can I help?" And you guys are like, "No, girl talk." And he's like, "What does that mean? You don't want to know." Well, now I really want to know.
All right. Anyways, girl talk. Go.
Yep. So I will say, Flora, you'll get some brief interaction while you're on the way to your for anything.
So, about that inn that we were talking about.
Which one?
The one you're at?
The one we're
No,
in?
the inn. In.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that.
One N.
It.
I think we might be able to find out some information here soon.
Okay.
Don't be upset, but I thought it best that the two of us were the ones to speak with him.
She kind of just gives you a look of. Like, I have to speak with him?
You can scold me later.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I will, but I have to speak with him?
He may have some information that's useful to us about what's going on here. At least that's the way he made it sound. I'm just gonna
Alright.
look at her and like two fingers on either side of my mouth, like forcing a smile. Game face.
Alright, what do you need me to do?
Well, just ask any questions that I may not think of. Be my backup.
Alright, and if he starts to try to hit on me, I get to burn him, right?
Deal.
Yes. Alright. Fine. I mean, when's the next time you'd have to speak with the guy?
Are we at the door yet?
Yep.
Opens door. To our room.
There is the ever handsome Cedric Bitterblack. He's not in his robes and hat now. He's in a lot more casual conversation. The best way I can say is like a short sleeve pirate blouse with like a lacing in the front.
Better where I thought this was about to go. I thought you were about to open the door and like the man just sitting there in a bathrobe with a bottle of wine.
Sorry, I spilled.
Dahlia's going to like
He
turn
still has
towards
a hook
Flora where her face can't be seen.
Still has his staff, and on there at basically at the vanity is the same goblin with the scythe, Zorvir.
That's fine. We'll say this happens. This was the face that she gives her in the hallway though. When you mention him, check the chat.
Odin face.
Just the.
Now, before we do anything, let me change the music. Just to mix it up.
Okay.
As we're walking in. Trust me, even I think we could use a few extra booby traps in the room from now on.
Dolly's trying to figure out how she can make a delayed fireball. Like, she's like,
Oh, hold on, this one's not working.
She puts on the best smile that she can do.
Okay, no, hold on. The bot is breaking right now. There we go. It's a bit more appropriate. So, as you get there, and he just says, "Finally, you ran me out of spells."
It was
Uh,
a busy evening.
Dahlia no Karibi, please sit down.
Okay. She'll walk in and take a seat.
Oh, he is giving you a wide berth, like he ain't trying to sit near you.
That's fine.
Yeah, no,
She imagined there was a chair somewhere they were
yeah, no,
offering
I'm
her.
saying,
Yeah.
like, there's not some suspicious dudes on either end of you.
Yeah.
This is like safety. Like, I brought a guy for safety.
Mm-hmm.
Flora, if you would close the door.
I will close the door. Also
So,
take a seat. Pull out my flask.
I wouldn't yet. After, the best way to describe the other night was a saga. You noticed I wasn't there?
Yes.
We were looking into you. Don't take it personally. Anyone who gets to enter our estate that is not under our employment or blood will be researched thoroughly, as will. We can't have any would-be assassins dying on the floor.
Somehow
I
knew.
need you and your band of whatever you call yourselves to take care of something for me quietly. In exchange, you will be greatly compensated, but this employment has conditions.
Looks over to Dahlia. Conditions make me nervous, but I can at least hear you out.
I believe I made you nervous before, and that ended well, so I take the risks. For one, outside of your immediate circle, none of you may speak of having done this. Should that information get out, leaks will be plugged swifter than the sun. Do you understand the nature of what I'm asking you to do now?
Just nods silently as she's actually kind of getting a little bit of ick from this guy for the first time.
Looks at Dahlia to make sure she's understanding.
Dahlia's smile is completely faded. She has a very intense look at him. She's now leaned back in the chair, one leg up, and her arm kind of resting on the armrest, and she just kind of gives him a small nod.
Good. A shipment of our product has been stolen. That information cannot be made public should our family look weak. We need it retrieved, and those who stole it to never enter here again. For which I am prepared to compensate you with, what do I have? 250 gold pieces. Permanent free of charge lodgings at our family's private suite in this establishment, which will include your meals. Let me see. Oh,
Did he
is
just
that-
check his pocket change?
No, he just thought for a minute. Let's just say a little surprise for that wonderful bird you spoke so fondly of. And finally, information that you, Ms. Flora, would find interesting. As I said, we looked into you. I believe it's some pink tiefling girl that might be of interest. I believe that's adequate compensation for your silence and your discretion.
What do you want us to do?
Simply as I said, bring back what was stolen They cannot open it as it's been sealed by magic. And you don't have to kill them. You could knock them out and leave them in the swamp. Just don't bring them back here. That's it. And then you can just never say you've done this. That the Bitter Black family's never been robbed.
And why would that hurt your reputation so much?
It shows a weakness that we could be robbed. We have never been accosted before. And it'd be in our best interest to remain impervious.
A show of weakness can be devastating, yes, I see your point.
Especially when you run a large business that sells the arguably most addictive substance on this planet. Sugar, if you didn't take my meaning.
What are we getting ourselves into? I mean, someone willing to rob a family of your stature.
Nothing that you cannot handle.
So I guess my curiosity, and he has bodyguards in the room, right?
He has one.
Why can't you handle this? Or at least you know. Your associates.
Because then Mother would find out that I had lost something.
That's a bad thing.
Tell me, would you seek to earn the disappointment of one that can only be described as an archdruid?
I don't know. Scrap kind of wants to tell her now.
You want to retire, Scrap? I just want to remind you, this one gentleman can cast Disintegrate.
Scrap, you have D6 hit die. Don't take that chance, please.
Do it.
Don't do it,
Damn
Scrap.
it.
It's not worth it.
Yeah. No, if you die, that means you gotta play either the person.
So we need to go and recover a large shipment of something.
Not large, you could easily carry it yourselves with your...
Well,
I believe he's a large reptile?
we have to pick up something that was misplaced
Amphibian, actually.
before it's noticed to
Thanks.
be misplaced.
Correct, they cannot have gone far, as from what the ship captain said, they escaped on foot. So they're somewhere in the swamp, and dear God, I'd rather not send Arya afterwards, or she might flay them alive. My sister's a brute. Who's taking a hit of their inhaler?
Sorry.
Oh, I just asking. I didn't know if it was an audio
Normally
glitch.
it doesn't pick up, but for some reason tonight it has.
You're
been.
good. No, you're fine. I just making sure it's not an audio
yes.
bug.
Her inhaler.
Apologies for my caution. What if we were to refuse this deal?
Well, then either you will be, unfortunately, vanished, or you let me modify your memories to forget this 10 minutes of conversation. You go on your way, and maybe I take Flora out for another lovely time. Should she be willing. Simple as that. You lose the opportunity, I find someone else, and you forget you saw me.
That moment, I wish we could communicate without being heard.
I told y'all, telepathic bond.
Only we were a level that could cast telepathic bond.
Or you had message.
I don't know, guys. What you gonna do?
What's
This
he
is a
gonna do when he comes?
big
for you?
opportunity.
It also sounds like it furthers Dahlia's plans a little bit here by giving us more information.
It does do that.
I'd be willing to consider doing this, but I must say, permanent lodging is not something I really care for very much. Though I wouldn't mind some sort of accommodation of such, but I'm more of in the realm of information trading.
Should you, if you can be trustworthy, I'm easily able to have a conversation, but I figured, I don't know, living expenses while you're traveling, a large sum of money, and information about a friend of your friend, and whether she's alive.
At that point, Dahlia can see Flora kind of, for a brief moment, show like a heavy concern. You would have noticed a slight twitch when the name was mentioned in the first place as well.
Please.
You know, I take no pleasure in what I'm doing, but self-preservation.
Huh.
It seems that you take some pleasure in it, but
No,
one to judge.
I'm simply someone who knows how to get what he wants. Business tends to fall to the father, but as he is out of town, it will fall to me.
I know so little about your family. I can't imagine that your mother would be that angry at you. You are her son, though.
If you're trying to probe for our family relationships, get in line. You're taught from the time we can speak of who we can speak to.
I think I have an idea of what this family kind of relationship is.
It's a
Anyways.
business.
Interesting way to look at it.
Well,
Transactional, my darling.
I
You
see.
you persist. What?
I see
Why?
benefits for us helping you. I'd be willing to accept this job.
Perfect. Now you just have to get the rest to accept to it. By my watch, you have 5 minutes so we can modify your memories.
Well, we better go get them then.
Indeed.
So,
Wait, I read the spell wrong. It's a period of time for a month that takes away 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Mm.
You can do it
Bye-bye.
whenever. It's just
Yeah. I just gotta
Scrap,
make
tell me
sure-
you're not trying to order the axe beak again. It's so expensive.
He still doesn't have money for that.
Okay.
You got X-Beak eating money?
Dahlia will walk down the stairs, look over to the group, and I guess one of you would probably notice me coming down the stairs.
Or he is gonna hold you up for a moment while Dahlia leaves.
Okay.
I'd just like to reiterate, purely business. I think nothing that I do not wish to manipulate your feelings. You seem like a very interesting person, and I hope that does not change what can happen down the road.
Question.
I'm just
yeah.
gonna give him a sly smile.
Oh.
You're the only person that can color my opinion of you. I suggest you be on your best behavior.
Understood. Oh, not bribery, just genuinely something that you mentioned while you were intoxicated. He is going to pull out a small bottle. I'd call that 24-ounce bottle of fine Parisian brandy. Found this. Go nuts. It's about made from, I don't know, a couple miles of where you're from. And given your service record, a taste of home sounds delightful, I bet.
So he let Dahlia leave the room, correct? Is she followed at all?
You don't know.
I'd
Well,
like
I guess-
to. I'd like to. While I walk down, I'd like to perceive around me to see if anyone's watching me.
Roll it, sport.
17.
You don't notice nobody.
All right.
I mean, he's probably got people watching the inn.
I mean, that's fine. It's not so much she at all wants to leave.
The hotel's a mimic.
Oh, Lord.
You're in a monster house scenario.
No. It's the Euphilia.
Oh, so it is a girl.
So as he hands me the bottle, I'm just going to, I'll take the bottle on my way out the door. Gifts, flattery. I've dealt with all of this before.
Whoop, not what I wanted. Sorry.
All you makes a ladder.
Yeah.
If you
That'd
wish
be
to
fine.
make more than just one night of this, you're gonna have to try harder.
Oh, do you mean your former engagement?
It's paled face.
Oh, don't worry. We think he's a bastard. But, oh yeah, probably.
I'm just gonna look him dead in the face. You have a wonderful evening. And I'm gonna leave.
Hey, you've been background checked.
Trying to think something
As
right.
long as there are living people who know about it, he can pay it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I just want to reiterate for the party what is on the table. A surprise for Tofu. 250 gold pieces. Free sweet, so you're all in the same place at that point. And information on someone Flora cares about.
Deal.
Dahlia, while walking
bird
down the
armor that
hallway,
got
is
him?
going to do one thing, though.
Okay.
She is going to get a piece of paper in her hand
Mm-hmm.
and just scribble down something on it.
Anything in particular? You can message it to me if you want.
I will message it.
Yeah. Remember, that's how we got Scrap hiding under the bed. You're allowed to just mess. Yeah. And that's how we got Micah truly being a war turtle.
That is what
Hmm.
she is going to write on that note, as secretly as possible.
It is written on the note, and I'll say like you dip your fingernail in ink and you write it on the paper.
All right.
No roll needed. This because that's too cool.
She will then like kind of reach up like to adjust her head, like her pins,
There.
and slip it into the bun of her hair.
Okay. Then they're like a fortune cookie.
And then she will go down and like look at the group and kind of give them like wave them to her up the stairs.
And your trick is a frog.
Oh, he is amphibious. Anyways.
I think girl talk is over, lads.
She has a look of dead serious in her eyes.
Are you sure? There's only one of them back.
I think Dahlia has a plan. Shall we?
Very well.
And I guess we'll get up and follow her back up.
I got the hiccups.
Okay, I want to reinstate, AJ. They don't know. No one should technically know what is on this paper.
Correct.
Okay.
And if you go back into your guys' room, Zedric and Zorvi are gone.
So, Dahlia, what's your plan?
Well, we were just given an offer from Flora's new friend.
Mm-hmm.
He wishes for us to
What,
take.
so he gets to listen to girl talk, but I don't?
She shoots Scrap a look of shut the fuck up.
I'm in place, buddy.
Just of dead serious. Knows this man is not someone to fuck with completely.
Scrap, I want to
Crosses-
hear what she has to say.
Crosses his arms and mutters a little bit.
He's offering us a job that, in exchange for free lodging at his family's estate,
No, it's in this hotel.
in this hotel, 250 gold pieces, along with a few other things and some information that would be particularly useful for Flora, We would retrieve a package that he would rather not have people realize was missing.
Somebody hijacked a caravan or something.
He doesn't give details, only that we are not to open it, and that they are not to have known what's in it. We don't have to kill them, but we have to knock them out and take it back, and deliver it specifically to him.
We have to fuck them out.
No, you. Let's say.
I'm not talking to Dahlia because that's the way.
Oh,
Dahlia
sorry. I
phrased
thought
it.
you were asking above game.
I know. Out of character, he said, "Get rid of them in whatever way you see fit. Just don't bring them back here."
All right.
Yeah.
all right. Sorry, I was like.
So we can get rid of them any way we want. They just can't come back here.
Like,
Frankly, I don't
here.
trust him at all. This place, Galvia. Or Galava.
There you go.
okay. I'm guessing
I don't
this
like
is
it,
some,
but I
like,
don't see.
I don't
really
like it either,
good
but
information then, or what?
I did stipulate that if we were to do this, I do want info.
My guess
only-
is we're saving his ass here.
We are.
He would owe
There's-
us
He would,
in an
but I
informal
feel
way.
he's not one to always rely on favors.
Probably not too willing to go beyond his promises either.
No.
I say we take the
No,
job.
but I think if we do
is it for me?
this, if we have to resort to it, we have blackmail now.
True.
Blackmail with no evidence of the blackmail.
There is another.
Mm.
Dahlia's going
But
to
what we would
gesture
have.
Palias and Flora in very, very close, or anyone, the entire party in very, very, very close.
Huddle.
But especially your
Group huddle in the room, alright.
1, 2, 3,
Yes.
break.
The issue mainly is if we say no, we lose a potential ally. I say that we could do this job and then weigh our options when with the item. There's another potential ally through this, but that is one of those things of who do we really want to make our bedfellows, I guess one could put.
Ooh, good vocab word.
Either way, not to make a joke, but we are quite literally making a deal with the devil, no matter who we choose.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Pretty much.
Well, if we're damned either way, then I say we go with the side that has the most benefit. I say we take the job.
It does seem like we gain more by doing it than not.
It also
It isn't
sounds
for me.
like right now all we have to deal with is a couple of people who managed to steal something, I guess.
A couple people who are either powerful enough or stupid enough to think they had a chance of succeeding at this job.
Do we even know where they are?
I assume if we accept the job, we'll receive more details.
Mm-hmm.
He said they ran somewhere into the swamp on foot.
They won't have gotten too far, especially if they're carrying cargo.
Yeah. Another thing is, though, I'm just kind of curious why he would offer this to us. He's rich enough, he could easily hire people to do this under the table, besides us.
It's
My
very
guess is he wants to
possible
keep it a
that-
secret.
We're from
it's
out
very
of
possible
town.
that we're seen as expendable.
We're expendable, we're not from around here, we're not his people. We can do it quickly and we can do it quietly and we can make sure that whoever did it doesn't do it again.
It's scrap.
Uh-huh.
I need you to roll a GM private insight because this sounds like a conclusion Scrap would come to. You have a good day.
Okay. Natural one, got it.
I can't
So-
roll good on insight today.
Luck,
Oh,
vampire.
Usually I'm the luck vampire.
Oh
Honestly-
no, you all know it's me
So-
here.
we have no other leads? I say we take it.
I say we take it. We have nothing else to really lose, to be honest with you. I have
agree.
my concerns, but they're well outweighed by the potential benefits.
What else are we to do at this point, honestly?
Frankly, he also has one other thing on us, though, that I'm a little worried about.
What's that?
Information.
Not only information, if he can give you information on that, I guess he has blackmail on you too.
Probably. He knows a little bit too much about all of us, I think.
I don't really
does
think there's that much
Ain't
to
gonna
know
get much
about
on me, honestly. Oh, she came from a small town in this one place. He's a wacky grandfather. Ooh.
Well,
We need a waitress to cater this wedding.
I mean, the most he's gonna get out of me is, oh no, he blew up a shop and got kicked out of his guild. Anyway.
I do
God.
wonder to what extent his network extends to. Getting information this fast.
Well, wealthy family, giant intake of stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if some door dealings and.
I mean, if they have people located in general cities around the world and they can have a network of casting spells to talk with those people, that probably wouldn't be that hard.
It's entirely possible.
he's
I guess we'll have
definitely
to
got
play his game for a little bit then.
Yeah.
We'll dance to his tune for now. And see where this leads.
Dance
If we're
with the
all in
devil
agreement,
and
then.
hope we don't get a dagger in the back.
Meanwhile, the mastermind was Gus Chickens.
Oh my god.
This goes all the way to the city hall.
So, where is he now then?
Don't know. Him and his crony disappeared, though I'm sure he'll find us
Perception
when
check.
he's ready.
from
Yeah,
all
For all of us,
Right behind us!
Yeah, honestly, no. You don't know, maybe.
Hey, I set AJ up for it, and he appears in the doorway
Yes.
behind you all.
Well, you're not. You guys are sitting at a bar. Yeah,
Oh
go
no,
ahead.
I thought we went back up to the
Yeah,
room.
we went-
my room.
Oh, never
yeah.
mind then.
Oh.
Retracted. I thought you were downstairs.
you even
Nope.
mentioned that he wasn't there anymore when we got back to her.
Yeah.
I said it wouldn't. Oh yeah, sorry, my bad.
All right.
I got lost in the roleplay. Piss off.
It was good. It's fair. Oh, those are perception checks.
Yeah, I'll just say if you go downstairs, you will just see.
You cut out.
If you go downstairs, Dahlia and Pallius would just see him having dinner. Like, just hey, he left the room, but it's dinner time.
Yeah, after all that, I would just go downstairs for. I mean, we needed dinner anyways, so dinner and drinks.
And that's probably the first place we'd look for him, anyways, if he was already here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, no, he's just sitting there, eating a meat pie.
I guess me and Dahlia want to go over there.
Well, if you want, yeah.
I mean, you could come too. We'd point him out.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
Yeah.
I
anyone else
honestly,
wants to.
with the way things are going with him, my
He does relax
Stance.
around you.
The thing is that now you need to girl boss and get him to do what you want.
Gaslight or gatekeep are also options. Which would Flora be better at? Dahlia's the gaslighter. Yeah, because she's on fire.
Dolly will lean the floor and he's like,
Does that
Remember-
scrap the girl boss?
he may not like deep down, be the greatest person, but he is someone you could play. I think you can do this.
I think that makes Yordrick the gatekeep.
Yeah, that kind of works.
If you go into Warden, yes.
Just
Meh.
look so good at Dahlia while ordering a drink, after being played the way I was myself. Might be kind of nice to play someone else for a change.
And don't worry. If worst comes to worst, I burn everything.
So I guess I would order a drink and my own dinner and just saunter my way over to his table.
Real quick, just to put this. When she says that, like burn everything, Flora would notice Dolly suddenly has a look of confusion on her face.
Did I just say that kind of look?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mm.
I like the new Dahlia.
She took 1 week of self-reflection, and Jesus.
She
It's
realized
great.
she is the Inferno.
She realized firebending is not about anger.
So who's all gonna go over and talk to the man then? Is it just gonna be Flora, or do some of the rest of us want to go over there with her?
I'd assume we're standing near her. Not sure if we go
I
up
would
to the
say-
I mean, we could all just get dinner and head over there. I
As
mean,
we're
it depends
we're
on Flora.
heading down, I'd almost be willing to say, like, quietly, I'd be like, I don't know if he would appreciate everybody as considering what he just offered us to do.
Flora, insight with advantage, because let's just say you know him in a deep way.
I think that's the other way around, actually.
Bardic inspiration.
We don't know if she pegged him. Bardic inspiration.
Is 2d6 now.
A d6 plus a d6 with advantage, so 15.
Yeah, 15.
Okay,
Right.
so
Something. Hopefully.
I'll give you this. He's more relaxed when you're there. Other people he would probably accept being there are probably Dahlia because she's already involved, or more actually Pallius, given that you think Pallius is a calm boy, has business sense. Yordrik could be too wishy-washy and Scrap's too unpredictable.
Wishy-washy.
Okay.
You're overly cautious.
As we're heading up to get food, I'll just kind of look over at Peleus, and something tells me this is kind of up your alley. Why don't you join us for dinner?
Oh, certainly. Such a polite invitation. How could I refuse?
And,
Trevor like looks between the two of you guys and then looks at Yordrik and then himself and then back at you. What, does this guy not like people with scales or something?
Yor just crosses his arms.
I think you two represent a bit of a chaotic element, and this is a delicate situation for him.
Me, I get, but him? He points at Yordrik.
I'm also confused
Maybe
by
less
that
so.
statement.
I love the idea of
It's a
Yeah,
delicate
you're strictly
situation. It's like
I get
we
the
need the most
impression
level-headed people. If both Yordrik and Scrap turns to Dahlia, so why is she going?
Yep.
All due respect, Yordrik, I do enjoy you as a person, but subtlety is not your forte. And
I start to take one step, like pointing, like, "Hey, wait a second!" And I just bump into a table. I see your point.
well, hell, see what happens. But as you walk over,
Acknowledged.
he smiles at. I believe from what I hear, your name is Paul. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. There was no information on you, and I spoke to Old Man Chickens.
damn, that guy knows
Chickens
things.
got that information on me? What the fuck?
No, about Peleus.
Oh.
He called him Paul because old Gus Chickens thinks his name is Paul.
My name is Peleus. Currently working with these fine
We got
individuals.
close.
It was close.
Unfortunately, you're
You
not
get
in
one.
any of those newspapers I find these people in.
I forget what it is in the newspaper.
Yeah, fame has its disadvantages, and you guys are in the newspapers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a relatively recent addition to their merry band. And I tend
Wonderful.
to prefer to operate with as much discretion as possible.
Oh, I like this one.
Oh,
You seem
would.
fun. Now, I assume this is a yes, or are we just gonna take away those 10 minutes and make it 10 minutes of you people frolicking through flowers?
It's going to be a yes.
Spectacular. Now, did you want the information on your friend now? It's good news if that helps. Or do you want to wait till after?
I suppose it could be more incentive.
Do you want them to hear it? Or do you want to go over in the corner?
Suppose I've been rather reserved with this group. You can speak of it now.
Understood. He'll tap his staff twice and basically cast an outward containing silence. Sound will not go out. I believe she was in your regiment and her name was Celeste, yes?
Yes.
6 months ago, we found her in this city, strung out on whatever she fancies, trying to, let's just say, use me to make some money. If that tells you anything. I, of course, found she was also trying to sell her medals, which we took her in, got her sober, clean, and she's in your precious city, right? Helpful? Oh, and if you're wondering, didn't touch her. No, it's weird when they try to charge.
You cut out after Precious
Sorry.
City.
She's in your precious city right now, and has been for some time. He said basically, she solicited him. He didn't touch her. He finds it distasteful when there's money involved. Better, because you seemed like you were in a right state.
Yes and no. It surprises me to learn that Celeste hit such rock bottom.
Did you not turn to the bottle?
Expression turns to just flat, slight disdain.
Go for it. People deal with their traumas in different ways. She must have seen a lot. And we got her talking to someone more constructive. From what I hear, they still talk, but it's not my business anymore.
Combat medic. And go through quite a bit. I know she did.
And what she needed is a friend, not whatever she was trying to get into her body.
Suppose I'll have to search her out then.
Oh, I can give you her address when you're done. Or what we think it is. I'm not gonna sugarcoat flattery words. We pay for her therapist.
Wonders to herself if it's the same therapist that she has a card for in her bag currently.
Maybe.
That'd be amazing.
Probably sitting here wondering if it's
Just
the
find her
same
on-
therapist that she goes to.
Maybe. Maybe there's a guild for this.
You just see each other in the waiting room.
No, one of them just has a fake mustache. Dolly painted herself a fake mustache so nobody knew it was her.
No, she did not.
Oh. Think about it. Dolly with the handlebar and a cup of tea. Morning. Does that not work as an adequate signing bonus? Because we had no information on the rest of your comrades. For better or for worse.
Lord, does this information find you in a good mood?
I'm glad to know that she's okay. Her and I got very close during our service.
Well,
I don't know if she's still staying as a doctor. Oh, who knows?
I suppose you can seek her out when we return to Illyria.
I will have to do that. She was an excellent medic. I'd like to, if I can, help return her to her passion.
Seems like a worthy cause. Isn't it not funny how she got to the city before you did, and you've never crossed paths?
Illyria is a large city.
I'd like to visit one day.
Take slow drink.
Oh, by the way, anything you and your friends want to eat is on us. Friendly terms of negotiation. Now, you. He points to Dahlia with a fork.
Yes.
You seemed curious about something?
Yes. I was just wondering about this whole temple thing. I've just
You
never
see
heard
disgust
of it
on
before.
his face. Yeah.
Well then, maybe we have a similar taste for this then. What is this and why is it here?
Oh, don't you listen? It's a god, and why are gods anywhere? To hold dominion over something, and play with it.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, I guess, happened to choose rivers, which feels specific.
Back where I come from, we have many spirits, considered gods, that take dominion over such as rivers and such. Though to call them actual gods is, well, an overstatement.
It sounds like you come from a fun and colorful place.
How is it that it even got here?
If I'm being honest, I could tell you firsthand, but not yet. If you can understand why not yet.
Well, can you answer one question for me then?
Oh, please, go ahead. I'll tell you if I can or if I cannot.
Is the Temple of the Holy Serpent your ally or your enemy?
Religion is no ally of the Bitter Black family. This one, rather than purchasing from us or having parishioners do whatever they want, is actively taking money that could go to my family. How do you think I feel? You can inside him if you want.
Yeah, she will. It's not good at it, but she'll try.
You can try.
I can bust out the whip if you want help.
Given Peleus is there that could help you, I'll say for backstory reasons, I will allow advantage.
Yeah, I'll give you the help action. I don't know if Peleus would actually doubt that,
15.
but
He wants to turn that fucking snake into a belt.
oh shit, I'll be a B.
Yeah, 15.
Yeah, he wants to turn that snake into a belt.
So she gets the idea that he does not like this.
He hates this, but I'll say this is where Peleus' information comes in, given that he also comes from an important family. Making a big fuss about it is gonna
Not
do
a
no
good
good
idea.
for him and his family.
No, because you still need to keep up the appearance, though.
They need to live here.
So, just quickly out of game. Dahlia's
Yeah.
getting the feeling the Bitter Blacks, not good people, but they also don't like this holy serpent thing that's
Yeah,
going on in their town.
I was about to say
We're a
above
business.
game. We might have had them slightly pegged wrong, just slightly.
In what regard? You're gonna have to elaborate right now.
They're-
That they
that-
may not be behind this, kind of like what I was thinking.
Or at least may have, if they are, didn't maybe mean for it in this way. Because he
Zedric
mentioned
himself isn't involved.
Don't
Yeah.
worry, AJ. I picked
He
up on the
mentioned-
spite this guy was putting off.
My man.
he mentioned that his mother was a arch druid.
It can be considered one.
Yes.
And I will say, you would just to refresh, because it's been 2 weeks. Their family is supposed to be a bunch of druids.
Yeah,
He's
but
just a weirdo.
Dahlia knows. I mean, Dahlia's been studying multi different planes and everything.
Yeah, it's just your hobby.
Yeah. Could she gather that most likely a druid, if fucking around and or if wanted to, if powerful enough, could probably pull something from another plane and or open a portal to one?
Only, roll me a difficult Arcana.
No.
No.
She'll have to do more research.
Yep. You're
Theory at the moment.
you are not a planar scientist.
Yeah.
You are plain touched, and you're a hobbyist, as far as that what you were asking goes.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. I think we may not have it totally right, but not totally wrong. Family definitely deserves some more research.
They are a powerful business. You take from that what you will. And I mean it when I say it. They sell the most sugar, the most addictive substance.
Say, technically what they're selling is illegal. They're not selling like massive amounts of drugs and everything.
No, but it's
Nope.
sugar.
But
They're
it is
selling
sugar. It's one of those things of what they sell is what everyone needs, so they are going to make a lot of money off of it. They do not want to ever lose that cash cow.
Oh, Rick.
Something like this Holy Temple of the Serpent is kind of fucking that up. Especially if... Sorry, go.
I was just gonna, I was just gonna agree. Like, yeah, they kind of just came in like, yeah, we're gonna take 20% off the top of everything. That's ours now.
And they can't complain because if the people are happy, then if they revolt back against the temple, wait, so the head of of this city backed the temple though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Lord
head
Ron
family.
Earhart, the young lord of the city, did make this the state religion.
Yep.
Also, by the way,
It's the state
Scrappin'
religion.
Yordrick, you can speak about this above game, not the details in the conversation. But yeah, above game, because your characters would know, but yeah, you can talk about anything you want above game.
So
we
I think I see what's going on here a little bit, possibly.
Maybe.
I know a
This
little
could,
bit too well.
you may have the head of the city may have backed this temple as a way to get back and or spite the Bitter Black Refinery.
Maybe.
It's possible.
So it could just be a political conflict of interest. This is her way of combating the corruption of the Bitter Black Refinery, but also the Bitter Black Refinery, like, because initially he tried to woo the Mistress of the
Yeah, I
City.
was gonna
Yeah,
say.
I was gonna say that was my
But
next.
that fell through.
He considered courting the lord of the city, but his mother said that's not his place.
So this is either a political issue between the two families over actual control of the city, in my opinion. This is all theory. Or this man is just a little bit over his own head, even in his own family,
Mm-hmm.
trying to go behind them to get power in a way for himself, while staying clear of his mother, and maybe the mother could be working with the woman summoning the serpent.
Yeah, I think we
to get...
might be in
Although-
lieu with the black sheep of the family, essentially.
Micah, Toma, what do you two think? Let's get you involved.
It seems like this guy wants the religion to not be in the city so that his family can make more money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it definitely seems like just a.
Yep.
He's trying to make a profit where he's being limited.
But he
True.
also
Remember
can't do that
Blaze
on
was-
his own without making an issue that's going to cause more problems.
It definitely seems like he might be using us as the fall
Scapegoat.
guys in case anything goes
Yeah.
wrong. So
Mm-hmm.
Totally
Fine.
possible.
See, the thing is, he wants us to succeed in helping him get rid of stuff. But if we get into trouble
We could
and
very well
problems
be
happen,
framed
Yeah,
or
he'll
the
just
stealing
drop
in
it
the
on
first
us and act
place.
like he's not associated.
Yeah, because he
Yeah,
has to keep
exactly.
up appearances.
Yeah, of course. Like he wants us to win, of course, but he'll do what he can. He'll do damage control if we fuck it up.
Yeah, so he
I
wants us to win, but
personally
he is
think
willing
He
to
is
drop
still
us
the
at a
best
time.
bet we have. I still
Mhm.
think he is the best bet that we
I've-
have in progressing.
We don't really have
this
many other options besides
We-
storming the front doors.
Exactly.
So.
And
No.
Yeah.
given that Police is fairly certain this isn't a nature spirit that's moved in here,
Yeah.
I don't think the druid lady who is also having to forcibly pay that 20% tax is on their side. She's probably just trying to play the long game. Or
But it could
something
also,
else.
but that's my point though of like she may have not meant to do it because druids can contact more planes than just nature.
Yeah.
Something
You
to
fuck
correct.
around too much, something's gonna find its way through.
Something to correct. The Bitterback family does not pay their 20. They don't have to.
Oh, that's
was
the
gonna-
big
See, that's what I
difference.
thought, like,
I was waiting to correct you guys because yeah, we found out last session that they don't.
Okay.
Yep.
That sounds like they're in lieu then.
They very
Maybe.
well might be.
It could just be they're too powerful that they cannot be made to.
That also could be the case. They
That
are a
is
big
true.
source of income for the city.
And not only that, like if this is something that the officials did and got this demon here and made a deal with it,
Mm-hmm.
maybe they don't want the family of powerful druids to come in and try to fuck shit up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
so they're
And
there's
just
also-
letting them-
Ally with them than make them your enemy. when
There's
you're
also
trying
the
to
bit
stop
where
them.
every time this thing has been brought up, they've shown distaste for it, even in private settings. So
Yep,
there's
that's true.
no reason for them not to
So
want it to go away with what they're telling us.
Or at
I
least
wouldn't say that
he
I've
For
does.
now, I say we just-
completely cleared them of being involved, but I think I'm leaning towards they may be an ally for us in this.
Yeah.
I say for now we
Yeah.
just go along with this deal. We don't fuck up this job as best we can,
Yeah.
and we go from there when we have an in, especially with Flora having
Mm-hmm.
relations with this guy. We have an in.
Yeah.
With potentially the rest of the family as well. So
So
I'm
all we
having
have
fun.
right now
Political games are
is-
great.
That was
I
my
know
we
this is
have-
great.
So
Yeah,
the only
who-
thing we have right now is a chance with him, which is the only
What?
thing we can take, and we have to kind of play it by ear by then.
We have a chance.
Well,
with
it's the
him,
most
but if we-
self-evident chance. We have other options, but not very
Yeah.
well defined.
You know what I mean, though. This is, as of right
Yeah.
now, kind of the only thing we can do if we want to get in with the family to get.
Mhm. Yeah, because if
To
we
try
to
succeed
get
with
to the
this,
temple.
maybe it'll be an even like further in on like the rest of the family. Sort of.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll just have to see what happens after we finish this.
Plus, this is there are factions in this city you don't know yet.
Which we probably should also try to find.
That's
For now,
politics,
though.
baby.
For now,
now,
this is our best
We
lead.
work with what we got.
Yeah.
Yep.
'Cause
This is what we got.
Yeah.
With that, I am gonna need to take 10 minutes. I need water. Like, what kind of food would you like?
Keeps.
You do not have to
coming
eat with Zedric. He would ask Flora to eat with him. If she says no, he'll be like, yeah, that's fair.
I will, but she's got guard
You
up
can bring
now.
guests. Ain't gotta just be you and him, and Zorvier.
I think we can all eat there just to make it less of a Flora and him
That's
thing.
fine.
Yeah.
A group discussion.
He said he's cool with it.
Get to know each other, sort of thing, you know.
He has an extra table brought in. Yeah, just for the sake of it, what would you want to order in a fancy restaurant?
In a fancy restaurant.
A scrap, get the thing.
And I have steak, but not X beak steak.
Yeah, I was gonna say steak. I always go for a steak. New York strip.
I mean, does he ever directly talk to me and tell me that he's buying our food?
Oh yeah, he's no, when you and your he'll wave you and your order go over, and have the tables brought over. Gentlemen, apologies that you could not be present for the discussion. I figured not to draw an obscene crowd. And it was only fair if I brought someone who's worth 2 men, should things go sour.
Aha.
So, as an apology, order whatever you'd like.
Glares at Scrap from across the table.
So I made a joke and now I'm curious. Do you know anything about the axe beak steak?
I mean, I wouldn't eat it. I like those things.
So is it just like a sentimental thing, or does it actually taste bad?
I've never had it. Never thought of eating it. I eat horse, though. Which Dahlia, I would say, raw horse is a type of sushi, so Dahlia would have at least known about eating that.
I mean,
don't-
yeah.
I don't like that.
It's a beginner sushi, too.
It shouldn't be though, cause
Why would
That's-
you waste the horse?
I've had sashimi. Sorry.
no, I understand eating horse. It just seems weird not to cook it.
I gotta tell you, barely cooked sashimi, like you just barely like put it on the fire or whatever, then dip it in the sauce and eat it. It's pretty fucking good. I would eat again. Sorry.
I live on a horse farm, Dolly. Say these things. That's fine. They're assholes. I'd probably eat them too.
Dolly's
If I
gonna,
had to.
Dolly's gonna have the fish.
Okay. What does your drink get at a fancy restaurant?
Do they have a nice fruit salad of any kind? Or
Yes.
just a big salad?
They could get you a
Yummy, yummy.
dessert that is essentially golden apples in a yogurt sauce.
Yeah, Jorvik will go with that then. Give that a try.
It is incredibly complex and sweet, but it has enough sour undertone. And these are like literally, it's not like a yellow apple. This is a golden apple.
Ooh.
Like the kind Hercules had to go get, like the kind hasn't told you guys about.
You cut out.
Damn it. It's like
Fancy
the,
golden apple.
yeah, it's like the golden apples like the kind Hercules had to go get.
They get golden apples from.
I don't know, but you guys have some. You won them at GuildCon.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the golden apple tree.
I mean, we currently have those at
Something with
home. Yeah,
that?
we have them currently brewing at home.
You know, you got them. Where'd you get them? Over there.
But yeah, Jorvik will
What
just
does
eat his
what-
way through that.
what does Pallius and Scrap get?
I'm just getting the steak, like I said. Pretty much the same thing as Flora.
Grab's like conflicted because he kind of wants to have it just because no one's ever had it and he wants to know what it tastes like. But he also doesn't want people to just immediately be like, "The fuck's wrong with you?"
What, the ash
Tofu.
beak?
Fries. Yeah.
Oh. I mean, Dahlia will, like, split one with Scrap if he's willing. Instead of the fish.
If Scrap's not the only one doing it, he's totally up for it.
I mean, you could do the same thing I do whenever I go to Cracker Barrel with somebody. Get 2 different meats, then just cut the meats in half and exchange half of them.
You would go to Cracker Barrel.
Jordan and I had a
Cracker
bad
Barrel's
experience.
good.
at
And not last time I've been to one.
Yeah, now we go.
Oh, that's unfortunate. for you.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
They're-
just
they're-
gonna message you with the other name I heard for Cracker Barrel because it's not air appropriate.
In fact, as soon as this man says he likes axe beak, Dahlia specifically orders the axe beak steak.
He doesn't judge you for doing it. He makes no face.
Oh, she doesn't like look at him when she does it. She just casually orders it. She goes, "I'll take the axe beak steak."
Yeah, he doesn't react.
That's fine.
Scrap literally just wants to know what it tastes like.
He's not vegetarian.
Telling him no, he has to
Disappointed.
assert his dominance.
I mean, yeah, Dahlia will split one with Scrap.
Okay, as far as the steaks, it is essentially marbled A5 wax.
Cut out
Ah.
again. I'm gonna guess Wagyu beef. You said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A5
A5
Wagyu.
Wagyu.
Ooh,
Yep.
Delicious.
the kind
Cook
of stuff
rare.
I get straight from my butcher.
Oh,
I wish I had a butcher.
Man, I like the fancy place.
Wait, you can afford A5 Wagyu.
Once in a great while.
He robs the butcher.
That's for special occasions like Valentine's Day and anniversaries.
Yep, A5 Wagyu cooked in with a red wine reduction sauce and the mashed potato. And Scrap, you ready for this now?
Yep.
Let me gather my words. It tastes similar. It's a dark red meat. It tastes similar to beef. It is much leaner. Has a slight gamey taste.
So very much like horse.
It's
Yeah,
an
that's,
ostrich.
that's about what I was expecting.
It tastes like guilt. No.
Nah, Scrap doesn't feel any guilt.
Yeah, I didn't think he did.
So
I'm still
neither
gonna
did
look
no-
at- I'm
neither
still
does
gonna look at
Dahlia.
them too and be like, you feel good about yourselves right now?
Yeah, that's pretty good. You want some?
No.
I can make a really good sauce with this.
Laura, they're threatening your baby.
Whose middle name is now Emergency Ration.
I think she might eat you first.
Dahlia looks at Scrap, gives him a small nod of yeah, emergency ration. Just
Nods too.
just just
Flora just shakes her head and continues to eat. Anybody touches tofu, they're gonna die.
And what I said I would give him, how would you feel about armor on the bird?
Yes,
Done.
I will protect tofu at all costs.
This is only half of a joke. I'm now thinking Flora needs to go into fighter just so they can go into cavalier and ride tofu into battle.
Just
I'll say-
take mounted combatant.
I say nowhere once in Cavalier does it mention.
You're right, AJ. It doesn't
because
mention.
it doesn't.
It doesn't.
No, you cut out as soon as
Cut
that.
out.
It doesn't. Cuts out.
It really doesn't mention. In fact, I
No,
can't even say it on the air.
Cavalier only has like a single thing that mentions having a mount at all.
All it does is mention about getting on and off a mount. That's all it has.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
You'd be better just getting the 1 feet for mounted
Mountain
combat.
combatant.
Although Flora, if you multi-class fighter, you can double cast Fireball at 7th level. I've done it before. It's the power of the sun in the palm of your hands.
It's crossed my mind, fighter, because action surge.
Yeah, it's
What?
such a dumb one.
I
But
will
anyways.
say, bringing Tofu into battle does mean Tofu can now die.
No.
Mm.
That is true. Same thing with Quackers. If I've ever had Quackers do anything.
Yep,
Hey,
and
but
he
that's
can
why
die. Other than that, they're completely immortal.
But that's why he's got the armor now.
Oh, you are why he had. No, sorry, not you. Dolly
He's
and
good.
Scrap are why he has the armor now.
Fair point.
Dolly leans down the Scrap. It's all right. We'll crack him like a lobster.
Claudia paints a giant lobster tongue, size medium.
Just
I thought Dolly was gonna be like, "Don't worry, I've got this." Creation bar, giant can opener.
Eat metal, we'll cook it.
Oh Christ.
looks
Okay.
over to Flora.
Okay.
God.
Looks
Okay,
over to
okay,
Flora.
I'm sorry.
Looks over to Flora. I'm joking.
You better be. That's my
Somewhat.
baby.
But you're not even related.
Don't have to be related to love someone. Or something.
I was about to make a comment about not being sure it was a someone, but okay.
I don't know. At least on the family ranch, they've had always a strong personality.
That one certainly does have personality.
Lord,
More so than most bureaucrats.
you spend a lot of time with animals. You get to know them. They have their own personalities.
Are you sure that Tofu's personality isn't just spite? Because we kind of got enough of that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's yours.
It may be a little bit of spite, but
I mean, didn't you say you could talk?
he says his name.
How dramatically?
Oh,
I wouldn't. Yeah, just about like that.
Something like that.
Interesting. Well, as fun as this has been, there's a family meeting I need to attend, and there's someone we need to get rid of tomorrow. Best of luck. Well, he's gonna pull out a crystal ball. Okay, who amongst you would you say is in charge? You know, staff to your head, you have to pick somebody.
I'm assuming we're all just kind of looking
Looking
around
at-
between all of us.
Right.
I'm looking at Dahlia expectantly.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Right.
Dahlia too.
Quackers,
Unfortunately.
Excuse you?
the face of the group is the leader. What?
He's just gonna hand you a small, like, baseball-sized crystal orb. Okay, this can cast sending directly to me once. Just tell me when you're done.
She like takes a deep breath and sighs and goes,
Okay. You have no idea how much I had to almost refrain myself from just using it now.
I'd get a new one.
The joke was there. All I'm saying.
Yes, it can call only me, and it can only do it once.
All right.
Good evening. As he gets up and fucks off. Now you can talk about him while he's not here.
Proceeds to have several more drinks. Christ.
Wow,
No,
I
he just
bet
looks
he's
over to
small in
Flora.
the pants.
Looks over to Flora. I do not know what you see in him.
You know, I didn't expect it to go past the one night.
Well, he seems to have taken quite a liking to you.
He's gonna have to work a lot harder if he wants to go past anything more than what it is.
Past third base?
Oh, sweetie.
I feel like you made a whole home run.
Hannah, let me. Can you put your hands out real quick?
Hesitates, but obliges.
Huh. Nope, not a home run yet. He hasn't slipped the ring on.
It's gonna take a lot for someone to try to do that again. I think actually at that point, AJ, I'll leave it up to you whether she has to roll for it or not, but on close inspection, there would be a slight tan line there still, I think. It's only been like a year.
I'd say if Dahlia is looking right at your hands, no roll. She'd just see it.
Yeah.
she kind of just raises an eyebrow at you.
It's a long story.
I like stories. I love stories.
Of course. Forgot who I was talking to for a moment.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't do that.
If you really must know,
I must.
all I will say
It's
is I
written.
was once engaged to be married.
Ooh.
Dahlia, for the funny, can you roll me a raw wisdom?
There are stars in her eyes right now. Just 14.
So you need a 15 to not think this thought. That gladiator guy proposed?
She. Let me do
And
one
now-
more real quick. Just I need to see something.
Yep, yeah, if it's a personal roll, do what you want.
Okay. She refrains from saying it.
Yeah, now it crosses your mind that gladiator might have proposed.
You see her eyes is kind of darting back and forth as she's constructing a story in her head.
I'll,
Like a smile slowly growing, like getting super excited over this fantasy she's creating.
let's just say it wasn't a happy ending. Terrible fellow.
It looks towards you. Oh, so it's not the gladiator.
It kind of looks like a little confused for a second and goes, "Oh, right. I did go on a date with him."
I feel like Dahlia would be the person to write fanfics.
I really think
Kinda,
so.
yeah.
No,
She's the girl who's never had a relationship of her own, but she will constantly write ships.
Ronan, I will 100% get you a piece of paper, get Dahlia paper and pens, and she wants to write slash fiction as a hobby.
Oh my god.
That is too much power.
She's never done it, but
God,
she has
this is
definitely
gonna be
thought
bad.
about
What
it.
was his name again? The guy.
Oh no.
Titus the Bold.
Titus. Yeah.
We made jokes about how he had a tight ass.
Yep.
He has good intentions, but he's really not my type. Zorvir, however,
So your type is a douchebag.
I will remind everyone, Zorvir is also the name of that goblin that was with Zedric.
Hmm.
And you guys all know that. So,
We know who she be talking about in the moment, though.
I know, I'm just saying, if you thought this guy, Zorvir, the goblin?
Hold on a second. Just roll this real quick. Okay.
Was that a roll to see if you were thinking the correct Zorvir?
Yeah, it was a roll to see if he asked the question of, wait, were you and that goblin engaged?
Damn, you move fast.
oh.
Have
Looks at
any of
Dahlia
you
mean,
besides
with the
he
Laura
might have-
actually...
I mean, he might have thought that she knew him before and just was avoiding him.
This may not be a good dinner discussion point, but have any of the rest of you actually had any romantic entanglements?
No.
Everyone looks at Yordric.
I'm
Yeah.
only really asking for Yordric because honestly, I kind of already know with Dahlia and Scrap.
I feel like I could if I bothered to try.
I've tried!
You did?
Okay, well, yes, back in Narabani, yes.
With who?
There's a couple people, but like, you know, no one really wanted to.
You don't know them, they live in another country.
I had a boyfriend, he just doesn't go to the school.
Yeah,
Or
his
a
boyfriend's
slave.
from another school.
Flora
Also
slams
doesn't
back
help.
her
I had
drink.
this weird guy who like kept like this crazy guy who kept pointing and yelling at me. It was just like saying weird stuff. So people kind of thought I was a weirdo.
Looks
Person
to
just
Peleus.
pointed and
That
yelled at
sounds
you?
like a schoolyard crush.
No, he was a guard.
We were 20.
So I think I was 15 at the time, and this guy who was the guard who just started to point at me one day and just started to shout weird stuff was like 24
What
at the time.
Yeah.
the yelling?
Just weird shit, like you're not who you are, blah 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 blah.
Meat bomb. But
Very, very confused look. Like, what the heck?
How do you think I felt?
I don't think that counts as a romantic entanglement by
That's
any
Yeah,
means.
don't
not.
think
I
that's
never said it
expected.
was.
You said you had a couple and then pointed out to this man.
No,
I don't
I
know
said
how we
he's
got
one of the.
this.
No, he's one of the reasons why I can't. I mean that and my looks,
Oh.
but you know what I mean.
I don't know, I think you look fine enough.
Yes, after you explained your situation with looking younger,
You-
I can see how that
you-
might be a problem.
You say that, she gives you the same face as she gave the one guy with Odin, just. just
back off, homie.
like, nah, thanks.
Share- Careful, sport. We share.
I'm
a better-
saying that you're not hideous.
Oh, okay.
You're batting 1,000 with women, Peleus.
She's not my type.
Oh, so you're. Place
This is a neutral. This is a
definitely-
neutral compliment of you're not that bad.
You could be ugly.
Okay, it's also saying like, Peleus and Dahlia, very different people.
Oh yeah.
Far too different people.
It's just the funny of you're not hideous. You could be prettier, but
Dahlia, I think you could find somebody. You know what? Slams back drink and sets it on the table. I say when we get back to Illyria, we try to find you someone.
I'm a little scared of where this is going.
Dahlia, you just Bard conjure up a little sign. Help.
Scrub just like looks up from his food and looks over at Dahlia. Keep in mind her track record.
I'm not gonna do the finding.
I am
just
very
gonna be there.
scared about where this is going.
Flora's like 100%. She knows her track record. She's not the relationship guru here. She's just gonna help be there.
See, I was always that friend who could give good advice but couldn't get into one.
See,
You know?
and that's where when we get back to Illyria, we'll trade roles. I'll just be there to give advice. You go out and find someone. I'll take you to a few
but
bars.
I don't have to sleep with the first guy I see in the town, right? She just kind of just grins at you.
To be
That
fair, the
was
first guy
deserved.
we saw coming into this town was that dwarf guard.
He's right.
And Flora didn't make any moves on him.
That we know
Yet.
of.
A few drinks in, Flora's just like, can you really blame me though? Like,
Yes!
saw him, right?
He's
No,
awful!
well, I will have to reiterate, Cedric is incredibly handsome.
It was a nice tactical move, if nothing else.
I can blame you for whatever I want.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to defend myself on this one.
Scrap, you're a free Illyrian, you can do what you want.
I can't really judge her either. I attempted the same thing, but simply had worse luck.
And well, after what I just told you about,
No judgment here.
I need better friends.
People make mistakes.
Broden, Quackersnell looks at you with a look of betrayal.
Oh, not you. You're perfect.
Wham.
if only you
It's
knew
like-
the details of what happened.
I mean, you could just tell us.
Dahlia starts leaning in further.
Let me tell you the complicated tale of that guy's weird.
AJ, how drunk would Flora be at this point? Like, I want to know how.
You're drunk enough to give some details, you're not drunk enough to paint them.
There we go. Yeah. Let's just say I was with a man that I thought loved me, but it turns out he had other motives.
Oh, Zorby, I thought you meant Cedric.
No.
Oh no, you
Okay.
are far enough to tell him how shitty Zorbier was.
Oh God, really?
If you want, you are able to, not you have
I mean,
to.
roll a con, really, if
Yeah,
you're really
if you're
feeling up in the
scared.
air
Roll a
about
whiz,
it.
con, whatever the fuck. Yeah.
If you're scared, roll
Set a DC for how much you'd have to be drunk for.
No, not quite.
womp
Okay.
womp da-da.
She'll. So. Again, ulterior motives. And she'll start the sentence. I found out, overhearing a few family members speaking as to why he wanted to marry me.
Oh.
And then I'm just gonna trail off.
Okay, but like, why?
Crap. Very
Dahlia's
cool.
just gonna lean over to the floor and just give her a hug.
Oh, I forgot Dolly's a hugger.
It's like, it's okay. It's okay.
So she's just gonna look over and be like, so, judge me a little less about my recent actions.
I still don't know what's going on.
I'm really not that type of person.
Crap, I fear you never will.
Alright. Well, all I ask is you use a little bit better judgment this time because I think you got us enshrined into a mafia.
You know what, Dahlia? That's completely fair.
Did you accidentally a mafia?
From now on, I will allow you to intervene if you can.
See, I
I don't
kind of
see
couldn't
why.
this time.
Flora, you don't need to regret what you've done.
Oh, I
You
don't.
got us an in. Well, you sound like it.
I don't regret what I did. I only regret the colored opinion that I might have caused.
I thought you
Flora,
were about to
consider
say-
whose opinion it is and their experience.
That sounds like
Dahlia
you care
has
too much
never
about what
known
other
before.
people think.
Scrap
It's a
doesn't
dangerous
have
mindset.
any way of thinking about it. I don't know about Yordrick, and I don't care. You shouldn't beat yourself up over this.
Does this say you don't regret what you did, but who you did?
No, it's, I don't regret what I did. I regret what everybody thinks about what I did.
Flora regrets getting caught with her hand in the cookie jar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not stealing the cookie, but getting caught with it, yeah.
Good cookie, but no one knew I took it.
I nearly got away with it too.
It wasn't for you meddling reptiles.
She's gonna finish off her next drink. Well, I think we've got quite the day ahead of us tomorrow. I'm gonna go catch some shut-eye.
You want me to help you upstairs?
I think I got this.
Alright.
Immediately face plants.
Next day.
She'll stumble, but she's gonna kind of bounce between the railing and the wall and make her way up the stairs.
Deck save.
Oh lord.
Blame Micah.
Good.
You remember how to do it.
Flora remembered the fancy feet.
Okay, yeah. Floor. Which of you has the highest initiative bonus? Just
Not
me.
I.
I got a +0.
Mine's a 3.16.
Scrap then.
Yeah.
crap. Do you choose? You can make it there to help stop her from falling if you want to. No rolls. You just
How heavy is Flora?
you could grab her by the coattail and pick her up. Like you could pull her back from falling.
Yeah, she's husky, but she's not.
This is not going dead
Large.
weight. This is just she stumbled.
So we're redirecting the force.
Yes.
Just sort of watches this about to happen. Just sort of flicks his tail and swats you to get you to go in the right direction where you're not gonna just fall.
Just continues making her way up the stairs, not even noticing.
He didn't like slap you with the tail. He just sort of like just stuck it into like the collar of your shirt and tugged.
Now I will ask, because we're about 3 hours, 50 minutes in. Do we want to go stop those bandits or?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm ready to keep going.
Fuck them up.
Broden Micatoma?
Sure.
Yeah, Broden, if you have to dip out and the rest.
Yeah, you said you gotta go at you gotta be up at like 5 a.m. or something.
Yeah, I
So-
typically do when we play these games anyways, so.
Up to you, man, because if you want to.
Just go. I'll be fine.
Alright.
He'll survive.
The game is
So you
worth
have-
it.
You have your breakfast. You leave the Shimmering Scales, the place you're no longer paying for. And I'll just retcon say he did give you a base direct.
And
You are allowed
Base
to-
out.
You're allowed to
Direction,
stop.
I think.
Yeah, direction.
If
Alright.
I had stolen something, what way would I have gone?
Yeah, so it's across the bridge, down the river, but there are some prints. If anyone wants to try to follow them.
Would that be survival or?
Survival, perception, could be a knowledge nature.
would try survival if I'm allowed to, if no one has any complaints about that.
Yeah, if
I
you
can
want to
give you
handle
the help
survival,
action
I will.
on that one. I have proficiency, so.
I could do it in nature.
It's 22.
We are good. Hopefully.
I can do it in nature if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
Dolly will assist with the nature. She's proficient.
Oh.
22.
With
And an 11.
assistance, an 11.
God,
Gond said 11.
Oh.
In joke. So let me just change the ambiance to something more funny.
The funny fighters.
And swamp beyonce.
That is a word.
That's what the song is.
Oh.
Swamp noises. As you're walking through, you are able to, with Yordrick and Peleus, you are able to follow some footprints down through the swamp. And as you notice, it's starting to get really muddy and heavy. When you look up, it now begins to rain.
So I didn't want to say it while we were in the city, but is there any chance that you could get that frog guy to help us locate these guys?
I
Yordrick
don't know
looks
where
at
he
his
is.
pocket.
No, Yordrick, he's fucked off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Watch that VOD.
Yeah. He has a hat now, though.
Yeah, he can talk to you guys. He's at his full size. He gave Dahlia some oil.
Hang on.
Dolly's gonna like reach in her hair though, real quick, to the back
Okay.
of her bun, see if that paper's still there.
The paper is still there.
Well, he either didn't care if he altered memories really or not.
You said yes. He has no reason to think you wouldn't.
What's going on?
Well, I figured that I'd try something out. If he would have tried to alter memories on us, if we said no, my plan was hopefully to hide some sort of paper with the details of what he wanted us to do that I could find later.
And how'd that work out?
Well, we said yes, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm still surprised that he didn't at least try to call me out for it, so either he didn't know or he just didn't care because we said yes.
Okay.
So if we would have said no and we would have gotten this detail, at least then we would have had something.
But yes, as I will say, with a 22, you are able to. And by the way, you're getting quite muddy. Whatever good shoes you're wearing, if they were good shoes, ain't good no more.
I'm not wearing shoes.
Nah, I'm wearing the
Grab
common
it.
clothes.
Crap, it feels yucky. You can feel the squimch of the mud.
I am so happy this armor is self-cleaning.
Oh, you know it's raining, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just let you know. I figured Dolly would be mad about it because it is
Oh
starting.
yeah, she's not
Hey.
thrilled.
She already made a comment about how she hated this place.
Yeah.
That could have been for any number of reasons.
You do notice though that in the rain her hair goes just from that like fiery tone to now it's just pure black.
No, she's a blown
Like a
out
hole.
candle.
Yeah, like
Never
a,
seen
like a,
your hair do that before.
That's because I don't like getting near water before.
Like, it didn't even happen in the water treatment plant.
We never went into the water.
Do you know how to swim?
Yes. I
Okay.
don't like to.
It was just a question. Wasn't sure if that was something you ever felt the need to learn or not.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, she took a
come from a-
boat to get to this continent, I think.
yeah. Also, I mean, I live on an island nation. You kind of learn how to swim because, island nation.
Fair enough.
Yes, as you go through some bushes, scaring away some swamp rats. You do see two, what looks like pillars of smoke from what were probably once a camp.
Do I still see tracks?
They're fading.
Oh.
See a couple drag marks though.
Dahlia, you mentioned that the cargo that these things were transporting didn't need to be moved by cart, right?
Yeah, it's fairly light, he said.
Okay. The tracks we've been following, were they wheel tracks or were they foot tracks?
Foot tracks with some drag marks.
Okay, gotcha.
I'll
Alright.
point them out to everybody and point in the direction that they're going.
Well, there's two plumes of smoke, right?
I thought that was from the campfires in front of us.
Right.
Not in front of you.
Oh, you're meaning we're seeing them past the tree
Yes.
line?
Yes, they're not in front of you.
Ew.
I'd quickly turn into Yordle. Why are you standing in the fire?
Interesting. Oh, there's the pain.
Ah, a warm spot. Ow.
I suppose, I mean, should we continue on then, or do we want to try to sneak up on the fires?
I feel like the best bet would be trying to sneak up, but I know I'm not going to be very good at that, so...
I mean, it's worth a shot.
Yeah.
That part.
Do we want to just sort of surround them? Do we want to try that as an option?
I will say, given the terrain, it looks like you'd have to go through what Yordrick waist deep swamp water.
I'm gonna say, if that's the case, I feel like Dahlia's about to try to cat on someone.
Scrap needs to at that point.
I mean, technically Yordrick could just sort of walk there and someone stand on top of him. So again, I say, do we want to try to surround them?
I suppose so.
Okay, who's going with Yordrick then?
Scrap, probably, if someone's got to ride.
Who wants to risk the leeches?
That'd be interesting. The leech gets onto Dahlia, burns off.
Yeah.
Try to
I have
drink my
come
blood, I
to
wouldn't
suck
recommend
your
it.
blood. Ah, why is this spicy?
Maybe it burns off after
Why
you
is it spicy?
I say it'll burn off after you reignite, but for now, damn, you got fleshy bits to bite.
Oh no, your natural defenses are down.
How tall is Yordrick?
I have his height written down. Is 5'7".
I'm yours.
It goes up to your waist.
Yep.
Wait.
It's
Yeah,
gonna go up. It's gonna go up to my chest, and it would completely submerge Scrap.
Scrap is like just gonna be on your shell. There ain't no way he's
Yeah.
walking through that.
We are truly a tank now, Scrap.
Scrap, you're the
David Goliath right here.
Just
you're the parrot monkey.
you
from
just
Star Wars.
moving at half speed with your really high AC, and Scrap's just throwing bombs at people.
Wait.
Hmm.
Wait.
Yurg's about to take a step in the water.
So we know they're up ahead.
You
I mean,
don't
we
know
know
that.
that somebody is up ahead.
Yeah. Could be the Girl Scouts.
Fuck it, I don't know when else I'm gonna use this. She's gonna touch the back of her neck to the butterfly tattoo
Mm-hmm.
and activate that.
Okay.
It was the blessing she got from the monarch for the temple.
Describe it.
Let me see if it's on the character sheet, cause lots happened. Did I put it in my bio? I believe it gives me a red butterfly wings that allow me to fly up to my movement speed up to a certain amount of time.
I'm checking our Discord messages, because if not, I have it written down. I'll say it does go by Aarakocra rules, i.e., you'd have to go back to light armor.
That's
So you just have-
fine.
Yeah, you just have to not have your samurai armor up. And
That's-
it lasts 10 minutes, according to what I have.
That's fine. That's 10 less minutes she has to spend in a bog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dahlia now has wings made of fire.
How bright is that?
Quite.
Yeah, she's gonna go pretty high though, so that it like doesn't like.
Yeah, without a
Well-
word, Dahlia just glows bright because she's outside of the city, and flies up in the air, flaming butterfly wing. Without a word.
Huh.
Well, that's new.
Oh, so much for that stealth mission, huh?
Apparently.
Mhm.
For you guys, I mean, for her, yeah. You guys, she's not near you.
Well, good. She'll be a good distraction.
I suppose all
Unless
of us...
anybody else has wings.
Nope.
Not yet.
All right.
Yet.
Yeah,
Currently, I
yeah,
cannot
no.
fly.
I'm convinced the way Yordrik flies is that one kaiju turtle.
Gamera.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I am
We've
going-
already
Thing.
made that joke.
I could go the other direction, the direction opposite Yordrik and Scrap, if we felt the need for it.
I'll go with Flora then.
I'll tell you guys,
Where's
the
the north
approachable directions will be south, east, and west. North is not an approachable direction.
Yeah, we'd have to go all the way
Alright.
around.
So
Yep.
which direction is Yordrik and Scrap going
Which way
to?
is the water that I'm having to go?
East, north, east, and southwest, and regular one.
Wait,
To
No,
approach from the south is going on land.
okay.
Also,
Which
I'm
way
going
is
to use
approaching via water?
Any way but the south, my guy.
Okay, then I guess Yordrik will start heading around easterly direction with Scrap on his shoulders.
Do you
It
have
will
a
be-
swim speed?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a turtle.
And AJ, I'm gonna use the inexhaustible feature since we're going into a fight here.
Yep.
Beforehand.
Palias
7.
just flexes and Roshi's himself buff.
What?
Yeah, he does the Master Roshi thing and goes buff.
Huh.
Laura watches this and kind of...
I'm not sure I needed
considers
to
whether
see
she
that.
should go that direction or not.
Done it a few times before, now it shouldn't be
Yeah,
that
he's
weird.
done this more than once.
Yeah, but now you're wet.
What, and that somehow distracts you more?
No, I don't think I needed to see that.
That's what he thought. Eyes front.
I didn't tell you to look.
You splashed me with the water.
How did I flex so hard? I
He's not in
splashed
the water.
Yeah, but he's got rain all over him.
Shake it off like a dog.
No, you just flexed so hard that the rain just splattered off of you.
Fine, I'll press the digitation scrap since you're such a big baby about a little bit of water on it.
Don't you forget, Palias has levels of water element.
No,
I have a lot of levels
I
in water,
needed to commit
that's-
to it because you guys called me out.
So,
yeah. Dahlia's
It's-
approaching from a... Dahlia, how high are you flying?
High up enough to where like you'd really have to like look up.
Because I would like to point you to the house rules. There are changed flying rules.
There are what?
There are different rules for flying now. If you spend 3 consecutive turns flying in combat only, you just get a point of exhaustion. It's to
Even
stop
if
stop people from going 120 feet and firebolting till they win.
I say
is
You'll
it from
probably-
a magical source though, not like her physical body?
It is all flight.
Huh.
Huh.
Weird.
It's a
very
balancing
weird.
tool. So yeah, you
Okay.
can just land for a turn, fly back up.
Probably 60 feet
Okay.
because that's her dash.
Yeah. that makes
It's
sense.
just to keep
then-
you from staying in here.
But
Yeah, it's literally
before
just to keep...
Oh.
We did this to Micah once.
I get it for like our cooker and
Aarakocra,
races,
yeah.
but I
granted,
like
I can
fly
see it for
spell.
I could easily see it for this version of it though, because this one is like Aarakocra more than it is the fly spell.
I mean, if you were
Oh,
gonna do a spell, I'd argue you'd have to concentrate on it while doing other stuff.
I don't know. We'll talk about this later. This is like an out of
Mhm.
game.
I know.
discussion.
Well, it's not debatable, but yeah.
Yeah, no, like I mean, if we're gonna talk about it at all, I'm saying it's not a game. Like
Alright.
yeah.
But yeah, so I'm gonna take you all to a map, and actually mostly Dahlia. Let me see what Dahlia sees, because they really made taking individual people to maps way easier.
Hmm.
Ah, sweet.
Good.
As Dahlia's flying above and scouting, Dahlia, that's what you see. And now I need a stealth from all those who are stealthing.
Oh lord.
Georgia,
Okay.
you're gonna have a disadvantage because the water.
But I have a swim speed, and
Okay,
it's raining.
you got a
Would that
scrap.
God
Don-
said 11.
Don did say 11.
13.
Also, I'll be right back before we get into a fight.
Yep.
Scarp's basically not moving, but
Oh,
14.
Mm.
You know what? We'll cancel out Scrap's roll. Say Scrap was helping and give Micah to give him something today.
I just
Okay.
imagine Yordrick is doing the thing where he's on top of the water and there's just the top of his face in the shell, and Scrap has just got a bush on top of him.
Scrap's the submarine commander.
We see
Die.
a periscope come out of your trick.
No, that's just his head.
No,
Have you ever
I was
seen
gonna
one of
say,
those turtles with the really long
Yeah.
neck?
I've seen someone make a burger out of them.
Okay.
I don't
Make
like
a
it.
what?
Burger
Oh.
Borger.
out of soft shell turtle. It was
Oh.
in an anime,
Huh.
but it was Food Wars, so it's accurate. Now we wait for Selkus to get back from peeing.
Assuming that's what he's doing.
Ooh, they have a plus. They have a plus that number to.
I think I
this
am going to
stat.
have to tap out here in a minute, though.
Yeah, if you gotta go, we can just take Dahlia out of the combat.
Or we just roll initiative and start back at the next session at the beginning of combat.
If you guys would like to do that, or if you'd like to take care of it now.
I mean, are these just like some Joe Schmoes who happen to pull off a robbery, or are these
Right,
gonna be an
without
actual challenge?
We don't know that.
Metagaming. How fast are we gonna get through this?
No metagaming allowed.
Then I'm going to say call it because I'd rather not risk being here until
Alright.
like 12:30.
Yeah, no metagaming allowed, but yeah.
Combat always takes forever unless you're
Mm.
literally one-shotting them. all.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's either we job them or this is going to take a couple rounds, in which case we should continue it next time.
Okay, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. We actually had a pretty decent sized audience, and I'm very happy about that. If you liked what you saw and you want to see, please drop a follow here on Twitch. It really helps. We're almost at 100 Twitch followers. We have a special thing planned when we hit that, and it's pretty Star Warsy.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. We do have that planned.
Yep. If you'd like to see more of our stuff, our YouTube is linked in the description. Thank you for tuning in. Careful when walking through a swamp, and remember, choose your role carefully.